Do you want to learn React Native in a more specific, definite, and efficient way so that you can brush up your CV and start applying for the job and get it guarantee? If that doesn't happen, I am more than willing to give you your money back. In case you are puzzled and wondering, when did you pay me money from the first place? You are already paying me your attention as I speak. Therefore, it is my own duty to provide high quality education that is geared towards job readiness. In this course, I will teach you the most difficult part of React Native mobile app development, and that is the latest, the greatest React Native navigation, a library that helps you to move from one screen to another. We will start with the documentation, line by line, topic by topic, and it doesn't end there. I will top it up with 3 practical applications, including Netflix, a food order app, and a Fintech app. Hope to hear from you about landing your front-end job.
What's up and welcome. I'm Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer from South Africa. If you are looking into React Native and building mobile application, this is the library that you can avoid. The sad news is there is no video tutorial or course that explain this library in detail. The good news is you are here at Coded Design and you are in good hands. I'm creating a series where I am going to explain this library from top to bottom. In this video, let's create an expo project. So what we do as developers, we just go to the documentation of any library, and then from there we copy and paste code because that's how it's done. These libraries are making things easier for us. So in this video, we are just going to copy this code so that we can create an expo app. And then as you can see here, I'm inside this folder YT tutorial 2024. Then I'm just going to paste this command. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to change this name, okay, to RN. Let me just say React Navigation, okay, React Navigation. And then from then I'm going to hit enter. In order for me to save your time, I am going to pause the video because it's going to take some time to boot up. I will come back when it's finished. Okay guys, we are back. As you can see, the system has finished creating an expo application. This is the folder, and this folder is inside this folder. Now, in order for us to continue, we need to dive into this folder. As you can see in our command line, we are not pointing to the folder that has got a project. So how can we make sure that we are inside this folder so that we can run the application? So what we must do, we need to get this name. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy the name as it is, and then from here we are going to type this command cd space, and we paste that folder as it is, and then we hit enter. So this means now we are inside this folder. So whatever command that we run here, it will run in this command. What will happen if you can run the command in a wrong folder? You will get an error. So let's just run a command to see that our project has been installed successfully. And that command is npx expo start. And then let's hit enter. Okay, it's going to take some time, but not a long time. Okay, let's just wait for it. As you can see, it's putting. Once we see a QR code, as you can see guys, here is the QR code. We are done with this video. If you like this content, please don't forget to go to my YouTube channel and click that subscribe button. By the way, I'm Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer from South Africa. I've got a 10-hour coaching course. Instead of creating a lot of videos, maybe 30 of them, that doesn't add value to you, I've decided to take a different approach to do a 10-hour coaching course. In these 10 hours, we can get you unstuck and discuss your problem as you face them. If you are interested, you can click on the discovery call, give me your name and email. See you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. What's up and welcome, it's Matthew here, the designer and developer from South Africa. This is a series of videos where I dive deep into React navigation, helping you to become a developer. In this series, I'm going to go through topic by topic in the React navigation library. In this video, we are going to finish setting up things. I want to show you how do you run an expo project. As you can see, I'm running my own Android phone. Maybe if you might want to know how did I connect my Android phone with my PC. I am using a piece of software which is called Let's View. It's the one that makes it easier for me to use my phone. Now let's get back to business. In the previous video, we have managed to create an expo project. Now we want to run it. These are the benefits of using Expo, because with Expo we can scan this QR code from an app which is called Expo Go, which is also been supplied by Expo, so that this app can run on our phone. Without wasting time, let's just do that. One last thing, let's just pin this so that this application will always be on top. So I'm going to use my Android phone to click on the Expo Go. Okay, and then from then we are going to scan this and we are going to see our app running live in this video. As you can see, guys, here is our app. Okay, the Expo Go application has already picked up, so I'm going to click on React navigation. Let's just wait for some time. It doesn't take long, and then we are going to see the application running in our Android phone. As you can see, guys, this is the splash screen, and this splash screen is not part of this tutorial, so we are not going to get into it. But however, if you might want more about it, please check my channel. I've got some videos on React Native where I explain the splash screen. Okay, almost there. As you can see, it's counting, it's on 80%. So we just have to wait for some time, guys. Let me show you the folder structure. Okay, this is the folder structure for this project. Okay, almost done. Now it's showing the splash screen. Let's just wait for some time. As you can see, guys, now it's telling us open up app.js to start working on the project. Which is app.js, guys? This is app.js. Let's just test, guys, if everything is working well. Okay, let's type here coded design. Okay, let's save. As you can see, guys, now this has changed to coded design. I am Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer from South Africa. If you might be interested, I've got a 10-hour coaching course where you can click here and then give me your name and your email. This is my website, matthewmsingati.co.za. In this discovery call, I am going to check who you are, where you're from, and also your background with the technology. I will teach you exactly what you want to know. Are you not tired with the videos and courses, 50 videos or 60 video courses whereby they don't solve your problem? In this 10-hour coaching course, I deal with you one-on-one and solve your pain point. Let's get you unstuck. Let's code your future. This is Coded Design. Don't forget to subscribe. Code badly with pride. See you on the next one. In the previous video, we have managed to install an Expo application, but we didn't end there. We have managed to run it on our Android application. As you can see, whatever that we change here and click save, it will update on this application. We are using Expo Go. Now let's dive deep. Let's get into it. So in this video, we are going to get started with React navigation. So in this expo project, okay, we can do whatever that we want to do, but in terms of navigation, it's going to be difficult for us to use the React supplied navigation mechanism. That's why we are going to use React navigation. So let's get started with React navigation. Okay, as you can see, okay, let's just quickly read here. This is the installation: npm install react native react navigation / react native. Let's quickly do that. Okay, now the project is already running, as you can see, because by this QR code. And then what we need to do, we need to come to the command line in Windows, press Ctrl C to cancel the running application, and then Ctrl V to paste this command as it is. Now we are installing React navigation. Okay, while it's installing, let's just go back to the documentation. Why am I doing things this way? Referring to the documentation, as a developer, you must fall in love with the documentation, whether you are doing a pure React or React Native or shared CN or whatever library. The best practice and the best way to do things, go to the documentation and read step by step. The good news is you don't even have to memorize these steps. Why? Because tomorrow this might change. As you can see, now we are on version 6, or I'm in version 6. There is also version 7, but that is not something to write a story about, or we can even like change to this. That is not much of a problem. Okay, let's continue. Okay, as you can see, okay, let's see, the installation is different. React navigation next. Okay, just for simplicity, let's just stick to version 6. Okay, because we are all about the fundamentals. Okay, now we were here, we were done with this. Let's just quickly check how far it is. Okay, it is finished. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's see what they are saying about the expo project. Okay, installing dependencies into an expo manage project. This means that we have to install the dependencies. Okay, let's just copy this and then come back here, Control paste, and then run it. Okay, as you can see, guys, it's easy. It's copy and paste. This is a very powerful library. In this series, I'm going to teach you the concept and the fundamentals of the library, including customizing its own types with TypeScript. So what we are going to do now, I think we are done with the most part. Let's just scroll down and see installing dependencies. Okay, let's go down, wrapping with the navigation. Okay, it's not much of a problem. Let's just continue. Okay, let's just click here to Hello React navigation. Okay, in the meantime, while we are reading the documentation, I'm just going to run the project. Okay, how do I run it? With npx expo start. Okay, so while it's running, let's go back to the documentation. Okay, as you can see, let's just go back, install React Native stack. Okay, now we need to install the React Native stack navigator. Okay, my apologies about that. Let's just press Ctrl C here. Okay, and then let's just copy this. Okay, copy and come back here. Okay, let's cancel this and then copy and paste, guys, and then let's leave it while it's installing. Okay, scroll down. Okay, I think we are done. Okay, I think we are done. It's supplying us with the code. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are done installing everything that we were supposed to install. In the next video, we are going to get into this code, copy and paste it. I am going to explain in detail what's going on here. So in the next video, we are going to move from one screen to another. Let's just quickly check if everything has been installed. As you can see, guys, I am Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer from South Africa. If you feel like this video has added value into your overall understanding of React Native, Expo, and even React navigation, please do me a favor, go to my channel and hit that subscribe button. I've got a 10-hour coaching course where you can click here for a discovery call. This is where we are going to discuss your own pain point instead of creating a course that has got 50 videos, where there's in that 50 video the only video that gives you the value is the first two. So I've got a 10-hour coaching course. In this 10-hour coaching course, I solve your pain point depending on where you are in terms of technology. I don't have a one size fits all. I deal with your own unique problem. This is Coded Design. Matthew Msingati signing out. Let's code badly with pride. See you on the next one. So in the previous video, we have ran this project. So this is what it shows. Okay, let me just quickly sort this out. It looks like we are disconnected. Okay, let's run it again. Oh, okay, my apologies, guys. I just need to run the project from here. Okay, so meanwhile it's still running, let's just get into the basics, okay, of React Native navigation. Okay, this is the code that we are advised to use, but the fundamentals, the understanding, they are important. Why they are important? Because they will help you in the job interview and also they will help you at work. So it's not only the coding skill that you need, but also you need understanding. Okay, React Native navigation helps you to navigate through an app. Okay, so what is navigation? Navigation, it's how you some sort of experience the application or the project in terms of where you are and where you want to go. As for developers, it's moving from one page for the web to another, or in terms of mobile application, from one screen to another. What are the important things that are involved in navigation, particularly in web, in mobile design? Number one, where you are in terms of screen to another one, but there's also number two, which is sharing information from screens. Okay, so let's just get into this code. As you can see, what we are doing here in our application, we are importing a React navigation container. Okay, this is a container that all the stack navigation or all the types of React navigation, they must be inside. And then we are creating, or also we some sort of importing a function, create stack navigation. Okay, it's important to note that there are different types of navigation. The one that we are starting with, it's a stack navigation. So this is the container that is required. This container is required once in your entire project, meaning that if you can have, let's say for a stack navigation, you can have this container here. As you can see here, it's being used. And also for a tab navigation, you can also have this container. Then React navigation is going to tell you that you are trying to use two navigation containers. Okay, let's just quickly okay, let me give you an idea of a stack navigation. Okay, when you are using your phone, let me just make it practical, okay, so that you can see what's going on. Okay, as you can see, this is where I am now. Once I click on React navigation, once I click here, I will be taken to a different screen. Okay, let's just click that. As you can see, guys, I am taken to a different screen. Okay, treat this form of transition as a stack navigation. Why? What's the idea behind the stack navigation? Think of this as a stack of screens put one on top of each other, like a stack of brick. So meaning that when I'm going back to a previous screen. Unfortunately for me, it just went back like out of the code. But just treat it as if I'm going to a screen which is behind the other one, so this screen, they keep on showing up and disappearing, but they are stacked one on top of each other. There is also another different type of navigation, which is the drawer and also the tab navigation. For instance, this type of navigation, it's a tab navigation. It's the means of moving from one screen to another, but in a somewhat different fashion. Okay, so what I showed you before when I clicked here, it's some sort of a stack, meaning that the screens, you don't see a lot, but the screens are stacked one on top of each other. You just see them as they appear and they disappear. But however, this is also another type of navigation. This is home and this is setting. Okay, let me click on it on my mobile phone. As you can see, guys, so this is another type of navigation. Remember, where we are now, we are on stack navigation. Okay, let me check if I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. Yes. Let me check if I'm connected to the Wi-Fi on my computer. Yes. Okay, let me click on the React Expo Go again. Okay, obviously this application is going to load. I am done with explaining what I wanted to explain. Okay, so in order for this screen and the stack navigation and all the type of navigation ways or approach that we have in React navigation, they need to be inside the container. Okay, let's go back. As you can see, guys, this is the container. Okay, this is the container, so everything must be inside this container. So in terms of the stack navigation, which is the stack, you then need to use create stack. Okay, to create stack navigator. Okay, meaning that you are saying I am going to move between screens, but I'm not going to use tabs. Okay, screens will appear as I push them in and as I push them out of the stack. Okay, so here we are creating this stack navigator. Okay, how do you use this stack navigator? This is how you use it. As you have created the stack, now you say stack dot navigator. Okay, inside the stack navigator you put your screens accordingly. Okay, let's just go to the practicality. So meaning that in order for us to see this in action, we need to have two screens. If you can look at our app now, we only have this screen. Okay, let me pin this so that it can be always on top. So as you can see here, this is the only screen that we have. This is the only screen that we have. Let me just change this here and save. As you can see, this is loading and refreshing. Now what I typed here, it's here, so we have on the only screen. Now let me teach you some techniques of how do you go about with React navigation. Step number one, as you can see, we've got a JavaScript here. Remember, we said we want to use TypeScript. Okay, so what we are going to do, let's change this app.js. Okay, and I'm using this way for a reason. I didn't want to put an expo app with TypeScript already. So what we are going to do, once we change any file to TypeScript, my apologies about that. Once we change any file to TypeScript, the system will quickly detect that we want to use TypeScript, and it's going to quickly install TypeScript for us. Okay, so let me just say TSX. Okay, now we are changing this file to TypeScript. As you can see, guys, okay, now the system has detected that we want to use TypeScript. Now it's installing TypeScript for us. Okay, you might see a little bit of errors and the squiggly lines. Don't mind about that. The system will take care of itself. We are in good hands. The only thing that we need to do, we just have to meditate and sing kumbaya. Okay, no, I'm joking, guys. Okay, let's continue, guys. So let's just wait for this system to quickly resolve itself. Okay, as you can see, guys, everything has been resolved. Now this is the entrance of our application. Okay, here we don't want any screen. Okay, but what we want here, we want some sort of an initial navigation. Okay, number one, let's create a folder here called screens. Okay, This is a folder for our screens. Where is it? Can't we just type everything and it start with a capital letter? Okay, screens 100%. Let's create screen number 1. Okay, let's say screen 1.tsx. Okay, now we need to type something. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a shortcut, okay, which is RNFCE. RNFE or RNFCE, RNFE. Okay, as you can see, what's the problem? I'm in React Native, cannot find the module React Native. Why? This is TSX. Okay, let's see. Okay, module React Native and its corresponding. Okay, my apologies about that. Let's just quickly check on this main screen. Okay, let's read on the small screen. Okay, here we can import everything from React navigation. Let me just copy this just to test. Okay, some other errors, guys, they are not like something to worry about. The only thing that you have to do, you have to close the project and open it again. Okay, here I was just testing. Let's just close the project and open again. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, let's just close it, and then Visual Studio Code, VS Code, and just open it again. Okay, so don't be afraid of errors. When you see them, boldly confront them. It's nothing much. They are just there to some sort of like a bulldog, which is not harmful. They just make you scared, but there is nothing that they are going to do to you. We just need to have Muhammad Ali's confidence, okay, to face anything, okay, and be undefeated. Let's continue, guys. As you can see, guys, we don't have any errors. So let's just create a folder here, screens, and then from there we are going to create screen 1. Okay, screen 1.tsx. Okay, and then we are going to use the shortcut RNFE, which I'm going to show you what is it. Okay, there is this plug-in. Okay, this plug-in which is ES7. Okay, ES7. Here is this plugin. It has got a very long name. Okay, here is it, ES7 React Redux GraphQL React Native. Here is it, guys, ES React Redux GraphQL React Native snippet. So you need, okay, I've clicked it by mistake. Okay, this is not where I wanted to go. Okay, so this is where we are. This is the snippet, the plugin that makes this possible. Okay, guys, let's go back to business. As you can see, guys, we just got screen number 1. Let's create screen number 2. Okay, come back here, screen. Okay, let's say screen 2.tsx. as you can see, guys, then RNFE. As you can see, guys, we've got 2 screens. So what we want to do now, we want to first load screen number 1 and then click a button to move to screen number 2. Okay, as you can see, we have been disconnected. Let's just quickly go back and connect, refresh. Okay, just to make sure we are connected. Now, guys, let's go back to our app. Okay, remember we said here we want a navigation. Okay, so let's just delete this. Let's just leave a React fragment here so that this error cannot be there. Let me just check my connection. I'm connected. Okay, let's check my okay, my apologies, guys, my mistake. Okay, my mistake. I'm supposed to run the project here. Okay, npx expo start first. Okay, so guys, let's clean our app.tx. okay, now what we must do, let's create a folder, okay, for navigation. Okay, so it's like every type of navigation that we are going to create is going to have its own folder. Okay, now let's create a folder here, navigation. Okay, navigation, and then inside navigation, let's just, for the sake of making things clean, let's say stack navigation. Okay, this is the folder for stack navigation. Okay, and then we are going to create folders for other navigations as we proceed. Okay, so now let's first create the stack navigation. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to create the stack navigation. Okay, and then we are going to import it into our app.js. Okay guys, we are not going to use this create style thing, we can delete it. Okay, so we need to take our stack navigation and put it here. Okay, just to give you a picture. Okay, what is a stack navigation? Let's say we were having a big house. Okay, let's say now we are successful, we've reached like million subscribers. Coded design is making a lot of money, even though it's not about money, it's about education and quality education. Let's just make an example. We are having a university, not a big house, coded design university. Okay, now we've got a lot of rooms. Okay, the building is there, but we don't have a map to help us to navigate the institution. I hope you get that idea. Now we've got the project. Okay, we've got the project, but and also we've got the entry point. The entry point acts as a gate to Coded Design University. This is the entry point, it's the app. In fact, not this app, but it's app.tsx. Okay, we've got the entry point. Okay guys, remember another thing that might make this not to run, we have made some changes here. Okay, as you can see, these changes might affect this. Okay, so don't mind the application for now. So now we've got the entrance, which is the app. Okay, we've got the university, which is this project, but guys, we don't have a map. Okay, there are different types of maps that we can use. Maybe we can use a digital map. Maybe let's say we open an app as we go through the institution, different rooms and seminar rooms and lecture rooms, we might use that app. Or we might use a map, a physical map on the paper, or we might use a Google map. These type of maps are different types of navigations. Okay, remember, a stack navigation is the invisible one. It's the screen stacked on top of the other. When you click a button, the other screen will be shown. What might be a different type of a map? Okay, the other different type of a map, it might be a tab navigation. I hope I can quickly see it here. Okay, as you can see guys, we've got a bottom tabs navigation. Let me quickly show you visually. Okay, where is something? Okay, as you can see guys, this is a different type of a map. And then we've got the drawer. Okay, the drawer also, it's a different type of a map. Okay, they don't have, here's an example. Okay, as you can see, the drawer comes here. Go back to code guys. Okay, I hope now you get the idea. Now we've got this institution, but we need a map. For us, we are deciding to choose a traditional paper map, and that traditional paper map is the stack navigation. Screens stack on top of each other, and there is no visual clue or thing that you can see. Okay, you will just see screens moving on top of each other, like the other screen move and the other enters. I hope guys this is clear. I've tried to explain it with the best of my ability. Okay, let's continue. Now first, let's create the map, which is, we are going to go to our navigation and we are going to go to the stack folder, this one, and we are going to create a file which is called stack navigation.tsx. Okay, enter. Now let's go to the export documentation, react navigation documentation. Okay, go back. I think this is where we were. Okay, and now let's take this project. Okay, must we take it as it is? No, I don't think so. Okay, let's not do that. Let's just copy this import. Okay, let's just go back here. Let's use our shortcut. Okay, a shortcut RNFE. Okay, as you can see guys, we've got stack navigation here. Now let's import. Okay, we are importing the navigation container, something that we'll need for all our type of navigations. Okay, and then we are going to need also this function create navigation stack navigator. Okay, let's continue guys. Okay, as you can see here, okay, we need to create this stack. Okay, let's just copy and paste. There is no need for us to do anything. Okay, so here let's create a stack that we are going to use. Okay, this is a stack navigator, a type of a map to navigate in our own application. Okay, let's continue guys. I hope this is easy and you are following along, and don't forget guys to support my channel by subscribing. Okay, let's continue guys. I'm going to make this simple for you guys. It's going to be easy. Okay, now what we want to do in whatever that we are returning, okay, we are not going to return a view just like here. We don't want this. We want to return a map so that when somebody gets into the door, a map welcomes them so that they can navigate Coded Design University. Okay, don't mind about this error. Now what we are going to do, we are going to copy this. Okay, we're going to copy this, okay, as it is. I'm going to explain now what it does. Okay, we don't have this screen, don't mind also about this. Okay guys, now guys, as you can see, we need to have a navigation container. Okay, we need to have a navigation container, something that is mandatory. Okay, all stacks, whatever type of map that we are using, which is to us, we're calling these type of navigation maps, they must be inside a container. It's mandatory. Okay, and then you have your own navigator. Okay, stack navigator, which is this one. Okay, and then from there you close the navigator, and then you have screens. Okay, for now guys, for simplicity's sake, concentrate on this part. Okay, let me just quickly show you what I mean. Here in this part, we are saying when you get into the reception of any university, okay, this is where it's more like an index page. You will find the receptionist, a beautiful lady or a handsome guy or a nice guy like me. Okay, who's going to welcome you, greet you nicely, and ask you, offer you a glass of water. That's what I will do. Okay, offer you a glass of water, and they will show you that, okay, this is the receptionist, this is the HOD office, this is the hall, and this is they will show you everything. Okay, so the book that they are using, okay, whatever, even if it's a computer, whatever the directory that they are using to show you the different types of areas, okay, that list is this list. Every screen that we are going to use, it must be registered here, because if it's not registered here, the stack navigator is not going to be aware of it. In your code, when you are navigating to that screen, even if the file of the screen, which is screen 1 or screen 2, can be there, but if it's not here, it's like you are not going to use it. I hope you get the idea. So now that you can see that these are screens, let's register our screens. Screen number 1, it's this screen 1. Okay, let's type here screen. What I'm going to do, just to show you something, I'm going to type here screen 1, as in number 1 on the name. Okay, you will see visually the difference. Okay, I want to teach you something. I'm not going to write screen 1 like this one. Okay, and then from here I'm going to import on component. I'm going to import the component. This is where I have to write not this screen 1, which is the file, but this one, because this is what has been exported. This is what I'm going to import. Okay, I hope you understand that one, guys. So I'm going to paste that here. and then it's going to say this name has not been found. Let me just click where the cursor is, press Control and press space, okay, space bar, and then from then I'm importing this screen. This is the name that I decided to come up with. I've got freedom when it comes to name, but when it comes to component, I must put the component that I'm exporting. Okay, I think that is all for now, guys. Now let's register our screen number 2. Okay, screen number 2 in terms of my apologies about that. In terms of here, the name, I'll just write number 2. And then here, I don't have a choice. I have to write what I'm exporting here. Go back, paste. My apologies about that. Paste. And then from then, I just need to import it. Guys, we are getting there. We are done with setting our map, okay, which is all our screens have been registered. Now, as you can see, no matter how much I can save, our screen has been frozen somewhere. It's like it's stuck in limbo. Maybe we were going to the moon and our rocket just disappeared somewhere. So that's the state of affairs in terms of our screen. We need to take it back, bring it to earth. How are we going to do that? Let's tell it that when you first load, okay, load the navigation. Okay, now an interesting question to ask you, and I'm not going to answer it. We are going to see it live. Which screen is it going to load? Is it going to load this one as the first screen, or is it going to load this one? Okay, just for shaking things up, let's just, okay, just for shaking things up, let's just paste here, okay, screen 2 first. Okay, we just want to see how is it going to happen. In fact, this is how I learn coding. Okay, sometimes I just run things to see what it will happen. Okay, and then we need to take this navigation, no, not this navigation container. We need to take this stack navigation component, okay, and put it in here on our app.tsx instead of rendering this, okay. Let's just test something. Let's just say view. Okay, I'm just testing something, guys, just to get our code unstuck. Okay, just testing because it's important to test. Okay, as you can see, guys, here is test. Maybe you might not see it, but here is it. Okay, so that means now I am sure that our screen is back from a limbo, a no man's land, a point of confusion. Now it's back. Okay, our screen is alive. Now let's put here. Okay, sorry, this is not how we do it. Okay, let me delete this because this is a JSX element. Okay, self-closing tag, as you can see, cannot find the names tag. Whenever I see the red lines, my mind fires up. I like errors. Okay, they help you to learn, they help you to become a better developer. I'm importing this. Now, guys, we are done. Cross fingers, that's what developers do. They just type code and cross fingers. Save, let's see what will happen. It's refreshing. Our system is refreshing. If we see an error, guys, we need to be happy and be excited, okay, so that we can tackle that error and continue. Part of this whole journey is to help you to fall in love with errors. As you can see, guys, boom, it's showing screen 2, and here is screen 2. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is screen 2 as the word. Now let's go to screen 2 and change this to subscribe to coded design. Okay, obviously I know you are a good guy, you have subscribed to coded design, as you can see, guys. So whatever that I'm typing here, it's here. Now what is this? Remember, I didn't tell you. Okay, I just told you that I'm going to teach you something. This is the label of your screen. Okay, this name here on the stack navigation, it's the label of your screen. Sometimes you might not want to call this screen 2. You might want to make this something meaningful. You might want to say this is home. When you save, as you can see guys, now this is home. I hope you are learning something. Okay, let's go back to that screen 2 just to avoid confusion. Now let's put this at the back, okay, and see what's going to happen. As you can see guys, things are not changing. I was hoping that since we started with this one, okay, since we started with this one, with this screen on top of the stack navigation, something was going to happen, but it looks like nothing is happening. Okay, it still loads the same thing. Okay, it doesn't load this one. Okay, in the next video, since I want to keep these videos short, nice and neat, in the next video I am going to show you how do you choose which screen to render here. I am Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer from South Africa. Believe me, this is the best quality videos and quality education in terms of React navigation. I have just delivered it the same way. I would wish that there was someone who was going to explain it this way. I have moved up and down YouTube and internet trying to find a video like this one. I have never found it, so I'm trying to become the mentor I never had. Should you get unstuck and you would want to contact me, and let's discuss and help you to code your future and help you to become a better developer, guys, you know where to find me. I am Matthew Msingati, the designer from South Africa. This is my website. I have got a 10-hour coaching course. This is where I discuss your own pain point. Instead of offering one size fits all course, Next.js or React.js or whatever technology, I decided to have a one-on-one 10-hour course where I solve your own problem. You come with a problem, you tell me this is where you want to go, and I take you there. How do you contact me? You just click here and arrange a discovery call. From here, you give me your name and your email. I will come back to you. We can discuss. I am Matthew from Coded Design. Don't forget to code badly with pride, because that's where it starts. See you on the next one. What Next.js does in pure React. Okay, so I'm here in the expo documentation on the installation. Okay, we are going to use expo router. Okay, I hope you understand the idea of routing. Routing is more like navigating. Okay, meaning that, let's say if I'm sending you to a certain area to buy a loaf of bread, obviously you need to know the directions to and from, 10 left, 10 right, and all those things. So routing in any application, it's something like that. It's like a way, a flow from one screen to another, one place to another, then we call that routing. So in this series, we are going to use Expo Router. Okay, however, Expo Router is built on top of React navigation. Okay, React navigation, let me just check. Yes, here is it. Okay, Expo is built on top of this React navigation. Okay, so with me, I started with React navigation. Okay, and then I later saw that, oh, okay, Expo also has got an Expo router that makes use of this. Okay, so if you've learned this, the Expo router will be a bit familiar. Okay, so in the channel, we are going to also use this navigation as it is. Without wasting time, let's just quickly read here. Okay, this is the recommended way on how to use the expo router. Okay, so let's just copy this command and go to our Visual Studio Code, and we are going to paste it. And then that's it. npx create expo at expo dash app latest dash dash template tabs at 49, and that's it, guys. Okay, so in this video we only going to just install the app. Okay, so it's asking us what is the name of your app. Let me just move this up. Okay, what's the name of your app? Let me call it YT YouTube Fintech. Okay, and that's it. Okay, let's just wait and see what it's going to ask. Okay, now what it's doing is going to install all the files. Slow, maybe because of my computer or because of my internet. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pause the video, and then I will come back when everything is done. Then we can talk about the file or folder structure or what to do from there. Okay, I'll see you now. Okay guys, I'm back. As you can see, uh this has finished. Don't worry about the yellow things and the warning. That's nothing to write a story about. Okay, so what we are going to do now, first things first, we are supposed to cd into this directory. Why must we do that? Simply because at the moment, as you can see, we are inside the YouTube folder, of which the application is not here. So the first way is just to cd and type this YT Fintech as it is, so that in terms of the terminal, you can be inside here. But for me, this is not the best way for me to do it, because here you are on the parent folder, and here you are in the child folder. So this is not consistent. Okay, so what I would like to do, I always use Visual Studio Code to reveal this in Explorer, so that I can get inside the application, the folder that has got the application, and then I will open in Visual Studio Code. Okay, you will see the difference. Now the parent folder, it's YT Fintech, which is the folder that I'm currently working on. I only see things that I want to see. I don't have to always let's go here. Okay, let me just show you here. Okay, I don't know to always click this drop down to see my application. So let me just close this. Okay, and use this one. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do while we are explaining other things, so that we can do things simultaneously, I am going to run this command. Okay, I'm going to run this project. Let's open the terminal. Okay, and then from then let me type npx expo start. Okay, that means we are starting the expo project. I hope we didn't close our simulator. Okay, our simulator is here. Okay, so let's talk about the folder structure. Okay, so we are using expo router. Okay, let me just quickly talk about React, pure React, and Next.js. Okay, pure React, it's a library for building efficient and fast user interfaces. Okay, but React doesn't want to do a lot of things. I would like to say, in the programming terms, React choose to stick to the single responsibility principle of the solid principle, doing one thing and only that. Now there is Next.js, which is some sort of more of a production library, okay, which is built on top of React.js. It supplies all the things that React.js chooses not to supply, like your routing, like your server-side rendering. Okay, it's more like a pimped version of React. Okay, understanding that, now let's take that to the context of React Native and Expo. Okay, React Native is more like a library for some sort of building hybrid application, meaning that both for iOS and Android. Okay, but it only does that. Okay, now there is Expo. Okay, Expo is just like Next.js. Okay, in React, in pure React, so it offers us a lot of things that makes it easier to develop an application. For instance, okay, with Expo you can install an application called Expo Go in your mobile phone, and then you can scan this with that, and your application will run
on your mobile phone. Okay, you can also run an app on your web device. Okay, so for now, let me show you. Okay. For instance, here, if you press A, it will open Android. The reason why I'm opening, I will press A is because of my simulator. It's ready. This is made possible by Android Studio. Okay, that means you will have to install Android Studio, and then from then you will run the simulator, and this will show. Obviously, this is a screen from the previous project. Okay, so now I'm going to press A so that this can run in this simulator. Okay, this project of ours. Okay, so as I was saying, that expo comes with a lot of things that makes it easier for us to, what can I say, to create a react application. And also I've got an application. Let me just type Ubomi app and see if I've got an application on Play Store that I have published, and I have used Expo. Okay, this is the application that I did for a client. It's an audiobook. I'll be very glad if you can just go and install it and try it. Okay, I have used Expo to create this application, and it's live on Google. Okay, where was I? Let me just go back. Okay, so expo does that. Okay, let's just quickly see if the simulator is already open. Okay, what we're going to do, we are going to stop this one. Okay, stop it, and then stop this one. Okay, just to make sure that we kill this previous instance. Okay, sorry for that. I don't know why it's not moving. Stop. Okay, nice. Okay, and then let me press A here to run on Android. Okay, now I'm hoping it's going to run. Okay, so I'm going to talk about what will appear here. Okay, so as I've told you that Expo makes it easier for us to use React Native. It provides all those things that comes handy when you are developing an application. Okay, one of those things is routing. Okay, just like Next.js, I think Expo has adopted the file-based routing. Okay, what do I mean by that? This is what I mean. Okay, as you can see here, we've got the app folder, and then we've got the tab folder, we've got the layout, and we've got isn't there an index here? Okay, not at the moment. Okay, but file-based routing simply means the routing of the routing system of the application is based on files and folders. Okay, so meaning that, let's say I create a file name index here. Okay, meaning that this index file that I have created here will be registered in the system automatically as one of the routers. So when I want to refer or navigate to this index, okay, I will do that with ease, or very simple, because the routing system is monitoring the files and checking what files do we have so that it can register them as routers automatically. Okay, obviously this is not a simple concept to explain. I understand if you don't get it at the moment, but I will explain more as we continue. Okay, and the other thing in terms of the layout, okay, as you can see in this folder called app, okay, we've got the layout, and usually in most cases there must be an index here. We are going to create that index ourselves. Just like in this folder tabs, we've got the layout and we've got an index. Okay, so let me explain according to this folder. A layout, it's more like let me look at anything that is open. Okay, if this is an application, a layout, it's more like that part of the application that holds things that don't change. For instance, in Next.js, okay, if this tab will always be here, this tab 1, irrespective of where you are, whether you go to tab 2, it's still there. Okay, it's better to put this on a layout because it's something like a template. It's something like a header and a footer in Word. Okay, something that will always be there, like page numbering. Okay, obviously the numbering will change from 1 to 5, but the text page, it's always there. So it's like you will put it
Okay, there is a knock. Let me just quickly pause. Okay, guys, I'm back. My apologies about that. So I was going to say, if you've got page one, page two, page three, as you can see, page is consistent in all pages. So that will be a component that you will put on your layout because it will always be there. So a layout achieve some sort of that thing whereby you know that these things will always be there and you will put them in the layout, and all the things that will vary and they will change. Sometimes in this layout it will have index, it will have tab 2, it will have so it's something like that. So you always have got a layout and you always got an index. An index is some sort of your entry point. Okay, so in this tab, the entry point is this index. That means this is going to be the first page that the system will load. Okay, when we first loaded this, it showed page 1 or something like that. Let's just quickly see if this is tab 1. As you can see, this is tab 1 screen. Okay, as you can see, this is tab 1 screen on index. Obviously this has not been some sort of the labeling, which is this one. Let me just quickly show you the labeling, which is this one, tab 1, has not been done in this screen. It looks like here is the title. Oh, okay, here is the title. This is tab 1. This tab 1 is this one. Okay, it's this one. Still, it's not the labeling. As you can see, this one is the content. It's not this one. So let me just show you where is this title coming from. Okay, let's just check the layout. Let's check our tabs here. Okay, as you can see, here are all our tabs. Here is the title. Okay, that tab 1, let me just say tab 1 test so that we can see this. Okay, practically, as you can see now, this one is tab 1 test. Okay, if you don't understand what's going on here and you feel like maybe this is a little bit complicated, don't worry. Okay, don't panic, don't be afraid. I'm going to explain everything so that this can be simple. My apologies for that. So that this can be simple. So this is our files and everything. As you can see here, because of the expo routing, okay, we've got the tabs by default. Okay, you can see that we've got tab 1 and tab 2. Okay, when we are using React navigation, it will mean that you have to set up a lot of things. So these are the advantages that comes with expo router. I'm not going to make this video longer than it is now. I'm Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer. Please do me a favor, shoot a comment below and ask something, or don't forget to subscribe. Now let's talk about one of the things that are not easy for us to wrap our head around. Okay, the most important thing and the most important skill that you need to master, and what you must be gunning for and shooting for, it's understanding the routing aspect in React Native. Okay, to move from one screen to another, and also how is the routing system working, or how it works. The reason why I'm saying it's very important, because if you can see, in mobile development or in mobile apps, okay, it's all about routing. You are always paging, you are always swiping, you are always swiping up, swiping left, swiping down. You are always clicking something and a different page will load. Okay, so you are dealing with a lot of screens moving in and out the frame. So routing is very important. Okay, I don't want to say the bad news, okay, but the tough part about it when it comes to routing in React Native, both with React Router, the platform that Expo routing is based on, okay, both with React Router, React Navigation, and Expo Router, it's not as easy. Okay, let me just compare it. It's not as easy as only the web like Next.js. Okay, there's a little bit of some tricky things around routing. So in this video, what I want us to do is to just explore the routing, hoping that you are going to get an insight as to
number one, why this screen is arranged this way. When we are talking of tab navigation, what do we mean? For that matter, what is this navigation thing? Okay, so I'm just going to explain those concepts so that when we continue, as I am moving up and down these pages, you can understand when there is an error. Why do I go to a certain screen? Why do I go to a certain screen? Okay. Now, in order for us to understand this, okay, let's understand, let's say, the order of execution. Let's say I am an engine, I'm a compiler, okay, I'm running this application. How did I go about rendering this screen? Okay, now let's continue. I go to application. Okay, this is where our app lives. Okay, maybe I should talk a little bit about these files so that I can know I'm done with them. Okay, this is a package.json. It tells you every package that has been installed here. Okay, as you can see, React navigation, this is a package that has been installed. So this has got all the packages that has been installed. Okay, what else? Some other files are not that important, more especially for this series. Okay, here this is app.json. Okay, this some sort of is a definition of your own application. For instance, this is our name. Okay, this is the version of the application. What else? These are the screen, for instance. This is the icon of the application. As you can see, this is more like production related information. Also, there are splash screens here. As you can see, this is our splash screen when we want to change it. So this is more like production related information. Okay. Let me just end there for now, since this video was basically for this routing. So let's say I'm a compiler. Okay. I go to my application. Okay. Now the question is, when I'm in the application, where do I go? Okay. The first thing that the compiler will go to, it will go to a layout. Remember, it won't go to a layout according to React Native. Okay, there is a company or a library or whatsoever called Expo. Okay, it decided to build on top of React Native. Okay, so this is Expo's opinion, okay, about the best way to go about in React. I hope you understand that one. So as an Expo compiler, I will go to application and I will look for a layout. Okay, so what must we do? Let's just click layout and see what's there. Okay, the main important files in here in this app is the layout and the index when it's here. But as you can see here, index is not here. Don't mind about that. Okay, let's click on app layout. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, what is the name of this screen? Okay, let's see. Export const. Okay, no, those ones are the settings. Okay, let's go down, go down, go down. As you can see, okay, this file, the actual function, it's root layout. As you can see, function root layout, this is the function. Okay, so it's like the expo the expo executor. Okay, the executing engine, after it goes to the layout, it will look for this function. Okay, look for this function and execute from here. Okay, and then it will do whatever it does until it reaches here. Okay, so for now, please consider this part as the most important part. Okay, consider this part as the most important part. Some of the things I am going to skip, things like the theme providers. The reason is we are not going to use them. Okay, now it will come here and find a stack. Okay, what does this stack means? Okay, now with React navigation, okay, for now I'm just going to say with expo router. Okay, but this is not a technique necessarily for expo router. Okay, but now for the sake of making things simpler for you, I don't want to confuse you, I'm going to say
expo router, because this is expo router that has been built on top of React navigation. But this system of doing things belongs to the React navigation, okay, belongs to this library. Okay, now let's go back and say expo router. Okay, so now expo router works on a stack. Okay, let me just go back to the practical side. This is screen, let me start here. This is screen number one. Okay, as you can see, as tab number one, right? Yes. But when you click here, there is also another screen. Okay, when we go back here and also click here, there is also another screen, this modal. And then when we, as you can see, when we go back, we are going back to another screen. Okay, what is going on here now? Okay, I wish I could have plugged in my pen, okay, so that I can explain this in terms of drawing. Let me quickly pause the video. I will connect my devices and my pen, and then I will draw. Okay guys, I am back. So what I'm trying to explain, I want to explain this stack. Okay, it's very important that you understand this, because the navigation is dependent on your understanding about the stack. Okay, let's go to the drawing board. Okay, just create a new one here, maximize this and maximize this. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. This is the app folder. Okay, this is the app folder. So as an expo compiler, I get inside the expo folder. So what I will do, I will look for layout. Okay, I will look for layout as an entry. I told you that the most important files here inside this app, it's the layout and index. Okay, at the moment there's no index there. We will deal with that one later. And then when I get into this layout, okay, what I'm looking for the stack. Okay, I want to know what's inside this. Okay, close it. Okay, I'm looking for this stack. Okay, as you have seen when we were clicking in the application in the simulator, okay, it looks like there is a stack of screens. Okay, this is the concept. Okay, this is, let's say, the frame. Okay, I'm adopting this frame terminology from movies. Okay, film production. Okay, this is a frame. Okay, this is where these screens are pushed into. Okay, this is a stack of screens. This is a stack of screens. This is a frame, more like a slideshow or a projector. Okay, so what's going on here? There is a stack of screens somewhere. Okay, and these screens are being pushed into the projector. Okay, in different times, in different ways. Okay, okay, so in this deck, let's say this is home page. When you click on next on login, you will go to this screen, login. Okay, when you go back on login, it takes you back to home. Okay, when you click next on login, it takes you to a different tab. I hope you get this idea. Okay, so this is just the idea of stacks. Okay, let me quickly go back to Visual Studio Code so that we can some sort of put some essence into what I'm saying. So this is a stack. So it's important that you first define a stack if you want to understand navigation. So let's look at what is a stack of screen that
are being defined here. Okay, the first screen, it's the tabs screen. Okay, and the second one, it's a modal screen. As you can see, the modal screen is this one. Okay, it's easier because it's just one screen. Okay, but now the tab screen, as you can see, it's a combination of screens. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board. Okay, so in this video we want to talk about navigation. Remember, I told you navigation, it's how you get from this place to this one, and to this one. And friend, when you are here, how do you go back to where you are coming from? Or when you are here, how do you go back to where you are coming from, as in from here, not the origin? And then from here, how do we go back? So this is some kind of a navigation. Okay, so with expo, okay, remember I told you behind the scene, this is React navigation. Okay, so let me just call it as it is, as React navigation. I think the idea of navigation will hit the point home, and it really makes sense because expo is capitalizing on top of it. Okay, with React navigation, okay, with React navigation, okay, it has got different ways of navigation. Okay, okay, what are those different ways of navigation? Number one, it's tab navigation. What is tab navigation? In a mobile device, these bottom tabs, okay, that are here, when you click on them, you can go to a certain screen. When you click on them, you can go to a certain screen. So this is one of the navigation method, let's call them. And then when you are using WhatsApp, we've got some top tabs there. Okay, let's say this is chats, and then this will be statuses and so forth, camera. Okay, as you can see, these are top tabs. Okay, these are top tabs. Okay, and then we've got, I should have mentioned this as the first one, but that's not a problem. Okay, and then we've got your traditional stack navigation. Okay, stack navigation is like your traditional stack navigation. Okay, it doesn't have fancy features like these ones. Okay, as you can see, these ones that you can put the icons here, you can put the name, you need to label the screen and all those things. A stack, it's like a plain way of navigation. Let me put it like, it's like what can I say, it's like a book. Okay, paging a book, that a normal stack. Okay, you've got a stack of pages on the left, you are paging them like this, one after the other. Okay, there is nothing fancy. If we can take this method, okay, this is just a stack, and this stack moves in here as it is, no fancy tabs and icons. Okay, the only thing that might be there is just a labeling, which is this home will be here. That's what the stack has. So you are just pushing this screen as they are. It's like lazy pushing. Okay, so based on what I've told you so far, even though there are other different types of navigation, I think also drawer navigation. Okay, it's important to understand these things, guys. If you can memorize them, please memorize them. Let me just find a way to clean. Let me find a way to clean here. Okay, if you can memorize what I'm telling you about, I will be happy. Okay, because for me, this is what has been some sort of a holding back to understand this React Native and what can I say, routing thing. Okay, and expo and everything. Okay, so in terms of navigation, okay, we've got a stack, which is very important. Okay, because if you miss this theory and jump to code, believe me, it's gonna be a mission and a half. You are going to take time to understand these things. What is a stack, and what do I set where? Because it's a little bit. And remember, even though it's still a little bit a mission and a half, we've got React navigation, We've got React Navigation as some sort of the foundation of navigation in React Native. And now we've got Expo Router. Okay. And now Expo quickly capitalizes on React navigation. Okay, as you can see, even now I'm struggling because I have to mention navigation and I have to mention Expo. So it becomes a confusion. It's a bit of a confusion. But now I'm trying to some sort of resolve that confusion. Okay, we've got a stack. Think of a stack as like paging a book or book pages. Okay. When you turn to the next page, you see a title and a new content. Turn to the next page, see a title and a new content. Okay. What is important about stack navigation? It is the chief of navigation. What do I mean by that? You can't avoid it. You can't say, I'm going to choose between stack navigation and the other navigation. Okay. Even if you, what can I say? But there's a navigation container and there is stack navigation. Oh, okay. I think the chief here is the navigation container than the stack. Okay, my apologies for that. Okay, so let's say a stack navigation. Okay, it's like browsing the book pages. Okay, meaning that we've got page 1, page 2. It's like we are just pushing screens into the view. Okay, simple like that. I will talk about the chief thing later. I think it's a navigation container. Okay, I will talk about it later. And then from then, secondly, after this, we've got tab navigation. Let me say top tab. Okay, the top tab, it comes with this indicator. This small bar is an indicator. Okay, let's say this is an icon, this is an icon, this is an icon. This top bar is here. Once you click here, it will move here. Once you click here, it will move here, just like WhatsApp. And also it comes with some gestures. Okay, gestures meaning that you can swipe like with your finger from left to right. That's the top tab. And then we've got the bottom tab. Okay, we've got the bottom tab. Okay, we've got the bottom tab. The bottom tab, I think you are used to it. It's this one. Okay, with icons here. Whenever you click, it goes there. Okay, and then number 4, we've got the drawer. Okay, the drawer is that one where, let's say there are some settings somewhere here or here. It's a hamburger. When you click here, okay, then there will be a drawer popping in from here. Okay, there will be a drawer popping in from here. Okay, these are the concept of a React navigation, let's say, library. Okay, let's just quickly go to React navigation library. As you can see, where is docs? Okay, as you can see, you see these are stacks and tabs and everything modal. Okay, so these things, if you want to know the source and understand them without expo, okay, this is where you go. Guys, I'm going to face a major disturbance. I don't have a choice. I have to close the video. Let's start with creating an expo app. Okay, so it's as easy as like create expo app. The reason why I'm starting this way, remember I told you that this is the only tutorial that you are going to watch and feel like it's only now that you understand React Native, because I'm going to show you everything. So the reason why I'm starting from here, even if you are a beginner, I'm just showing you that this is how we do things as developers. Okay, in fact, this is how I do things. Okay, I don't memorize things that I don't really have to, and I also don't what can I say, pride myself of being a genius. Okay, I am just a normal guy who's trying. A lot of things will go wrong in this tutorial. We are going to fix it. That's how it's going to be, but it's going to be packed with a lot of information. Okay, and also in those things that we'll be doing, I will be teaching you and helping you to learn. So as you can see, I'm inside this folder, YT Tutorials 2024.
This is also confirmed by this terminal. Okay, so by this terminal line, as you can see, the last folder here is tutorial 2024. This is very important because it shows you where the project is running. So we're going to create an expo project, npx create expo app. Let's call this, let's just quickly check there, guys, my apologies about that. Okay, let's just say food app. Okay, food app. Okay, I like to use small letters simply because with Next.js you don't use capital letters, so that's why you see me always defaulting to small letters. And then when we click enter here, the system will create a folder in this file. As you can see, there's a lot of things here, but the system will create a folder here. We will then have to open that folder, okay, and run the project from there. I think this is enough, guys. This is going to take some time, so I'm going to pause the video and then I will come back when this is done. And at the same time, I'm going to connect my phone so that when I'm coming back you can see a screen somewhere here. I think that's it, guys. Okay, guys, I am back. As you can see, the system is done. Okay, and also here I am using an application called Let's View. Okay, it's an application called Let's View. I'm connecting my phone. I've got also an Android version installed in my phone, so it enables me to some sort of share screens. Okay, my apologies about that. So what we are going to do now, let's just quickly run the application. Okay, so very important, remember last time we said this is where we are pointing, and we've created a folder somewhere here. Okay, this is the folder, so this means that we are not in the folder that we want. Any command that we run here will result to an error. So what we need to do, we can go to that folder by typing cd and we type the name of the application. But what I don't like about this way is that when I'm looking at here, still it doesn't feel like I am inside this folder. As you can see, there's a lot of things here, and remember, when we are working with this project, we are going to, as you can see, I'm lost even now, we are going to look for things, we are going to change this folder. So this is how I usually go about it. I click anywhere in this folder and then I will click reveal in Explorer so that I can get into the actual folder, as you can see. So I will copy this folder, this address, okay, and then I will go back to Visual Studio Code and I will open a folder, and then I will type that address, and then now I know that I am opening only this folder. Okay, let's see the difference, guys. Okay, as you can see, apologies about that. As you can see, now we are inside here. Okay, this is clean and straight to the point. Okay, so I like to do it this way. It might be a little bit longer than change directory and then you point to that specific folder, but I like to do it this way. So now what we are going to do, you can just go down here and drag this up so that you can see your terminal, or you can just come here and click new terminal. Okay, and what else can we do? Now let me move this. Okay, just quickly close some things here. Okay, let's continue, guys. Okay, so we are going to run a command npx expo start. Okay, in case you are thinking that I'm a genius, no, I'm not a genius. You can come here and you can see here is the command. Okay, here is the command. So npx expo start, that means it's going to start the project. Okay, meanwhile you're starting the project, let me explain a little bit about expo. Expo make it easier for you to run your React Native applications on your phone, like as in live. So this means that you don't really need an emulator or an iOS emulator or Android emulator. You can use your phone. Okay, it will mean that you have to create an Expo account. It's free and it's the one that I'm using now, and then you need to install Expo Go. This is the one that I've opened. As you can see, guys, now that this project is running, as you can see on my Expo app, it's showing me, okay, that I've got this app. So I'm going to click on it on my phone, then it's going to open. I hope, guys, everything is still clear at the moment, because I want everything to be clear in details. I want you to really get the essence of what is going on here, even if you are new. Okay, so I hope you've got your pen and the paper, because I've got my own pen and the paper. Okay, so this is going to be more like a classroom lecture, so there will be a little bit of explanation. Obviously I will try to limit it, but my vision for you, or my goal, okay, is that I wish you can learn a skill, but not only learn a skill, but be able to present the skill. So if you follow me doing a code, you might be good at something, but if you are being asked what is React re-rendering, okay, what is server-side programming, you are server-side rendering, you are not going to know those things. So in the mix, I want to introduce you to those things. So let's continue, guys. Let's keep it flowing and let's keep it going like water. So my apologies about that. So now, as you can see, this is the welcome screen. So let's just quickly check where this is. Okay, this is here on app. This is here on app, as you can see. Okay, let's save and see. You are the best of the best, and indeed I'm talking about you. You are the best of the best. Maybe you might not know it yet, but after this video you will know that you are the best of the best. Okay, so as you can see, guys, whatever that I'm changing here, it's changing also on my screen. I think I'm happy with this, but I have changed my mind. Okay, here is the reason. As you can see, guys, this is the design that we are trying to create. Since you know, in this channel I am geared towards helping you to land a job. Imagine in your job, if they are asking you to design, to develop this screen as it is, okay, and then you use an icon like this one. As you can see, guys, you can affect the look and feel of the application. So if I'm serious about helping you to get a job, if we have a design that we need to develop in front of us, we must get it exactly as it is. So with that being said, what we are going to do now, we are going to use these icons as they are. That will mean we have to incorporate, or we have to add an SVG on React Native. So how are we going to do that? Okay, we are going to use expo. There's this package. Okay, this is an expo page, documentation page. There is this package, React Native SVG. We are going to use it. Okay, I have already installed this. Okay, where is the installation? Okay, I have already installed this package. Okay, let me just show you how would you go about it. First, you will have to stop the development server. On Windows, press Ctrl+C, and then from there you will install this, okay, this package. And then when you are done with that, we are going to follow these instructions as they are. Okay, we need to import it. Okay, let's just quickly check here. Okay, in the usage. Okay, as you can see, guys, we are going to use our own SVGs. Okay, so the component that we are going to use here, mostly it's SVG, this one. Okay, so let's copy this line. Let's go back here. Since we are done installing, let's run the development server, npx expo start -c. Okay, and then we want to be here. Okay, this is where we are. And then this is our tab navigation, okay, where we can even find this icon. Okay, As you can see, guys, here is this home icon here. Okay, so instead of this home icon, we must render this icon. Okay, this icon. Now let's go back to the code, and then what we are going to do, let's first import what we're supposed to import. Let me just delete this. Okay, we are not going to use the circle and react. Okay, we are only going to use only this SVG component. Okay, cool beans. And then what we are going to do, let's copy this as it is. Please note that I'm only going to copy the function. Okay, only the function without export. Okay, and then this is going to be a function right below this test. Okay, let's have this function. As you can see, let me import this circle so that I can show you how this is, so that you can see when we are modifying it. Okay, let me import everything. And then, guys, what we are going to do, we are going to take this component as it is, and we are going to display it. So let's display it inside home here first. Okay, where is our home test? Here is our home test. Okay, let's just click enter here. Okay, we can return two elements at the same time, so let's wrap these elements with a React fragment, as you can see, something like this. Okay, my apologies about that. And then, guys, let's run the development server. Okay, it's already running, so let's refresh here. Okay, as you can see, guys, it's starting. So let's see what we will have on the home screen. Okay, let's see. So this portion of the tutorial will require our knowledge about SVGs. So we are going to manipulate SVGs a bit. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is what we have. Okay, but for us, we don't want these circles, right? We want icons. Okay, so what we are going to do, let me just close this. Okay, I've got an SVG icon here, which is icon.svg. Let me name it as home. Okay, let me just name it as home. Okay, so what I want to do, this is what I did. Okay, this is what I did, guys. Okay, so let me just first talk about the logic and how we are going to do this. Let me open my notes. So that I can explain some few things. Okay, apologies about this. Can't I have a new tab instead? Kumbaya, this is what I want. Okay, maximize, move this down. Okay, guys, so this is what I want. Okay, what we are going to do here, we've got icons. Okay, we've got these icons from, okay, we've got these icons. Let's say we've got this icon. Okay, and there is this indicator indicating that this is this a bell icon or this is an indicator? My apologies, guys, maybe I might have missed something. If this is a bell icon, then this circle is too far. Okay, the circle is too far from the bell. Okay, let me just check here. What component is this? As you can see, guys, this component is standalone, and also this dot, it's a standalone. So I would like to think I'm right. Okay, this is not the bell. This is just an indicator. Okay, let's say we've got icon 2 here. Don't mind about this shape, and icon 3 here. So whenever, okay, how are we going to do this? Let me go back. I'm struggling on choices. Okay, I have to make some important development choices. My apologies about that, but this is going to help you as well. Okay, my first attempt was to have this dot on all these icons, and then I will hide it based on a certain condition. If this is active, then I will show it, and if it's not active, I will hide it. Then I'm thinking, is there a way in which this what can I say, this dot can be a coding component or a coding element? Here is the reason. Maybe now we want to put something else here instead of a circle so that we can do that using code. If we can embed this functionality on an SVG, it will mean that in the future, if we are having some changes, we need to do exactly what we are going to do now, manipulate SVGs. Remember, we are developers, we are not SVG creators. So we need to gravitate towards solution that will make the development process simple and easy to modify. So guys, that's why my mind, I was having two conflicting thoughts, and now my mind, it's clear. I know exactly what I'm going to do. This circle, we will edit through a code. Okay, so this is what I did. I just copied this. Okay, copy CV, and then let's say you are new here and you want to know where can you get this file. Maybe it's your first time. Okay, you didn't watch the first video. Let's see. Please check this URL and check this project. Okay, let me click here. This is the project that we are using. You can just click here, open in Figma. So I am going to copy this link, or let me just click. There's no need for me to open. So as you can see, guys, you can use this Figma file. So back to the matter at hand. Okay, so what we want to do now, okay, so what I did is to take this SVG as it is. Okay, as you can see, it's a group of components. Okay, it's a group of items or element in it. So we need to take it as it is. First, we need to flatten it. Okay, as you can see, guys, it's a group of things. Okay, it's not one file. So before you export it, you have to flatten it so that it can be one file. Okay, and then what we want to do, we want to export it as an SVG. Okay, let's click here, export as an SVG, as you can see, and then export it. Okay, so I have just renamed it and I am using it here. Okay, so this is the where is that icon? Not PNG, SVG in our assets, home SVG. Okay, I have renamed it to home. Okay, not much of a problem. Let me just minimize this. So as you can see, guys, this is the exact same SVG, right? Okay, so we don't want these circle. Okay, let's just quickly check some similarities between the code that we have here. Okay, where we are. Okay, here's the SVG component. Okay, here is the SVG component. Okay, so as you can see, guys, we've got SVG. Okay, and also here we've got SVG. The difference is this is the capital letters. Okay, these are capital letters. This one's the original one, is a small letter, so everything here it's a capital letter. Let's just check again. As you can see, the SVG is a capital letter, the circle, the rectangle, also the SVG here, it's a capital letter. So these are some sort of React components. They are not exactly the same like these ones, even though they are some sort of a lookalike or a mirror image of those. Okay, so what we want to do, we need to stick to that standard. Okay, so everything is the same, but the difference is the caps. Okay, so what we can do here, we can copy this as is, Okay, come back here. And then what we are going to do, we are going to paste this as it is. As you can see, this one is green and this one is not green. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to change this to a capital letter, change this to a capital letter. Okay, change all of this. My apologies about that. Okay, all of these to capital letters. Okay. Okay, what we can do as well, React is complaining because we must always return one file. So we can wrap this in a JSX fragment. As you can see, guys, it doesn't complain. Okay, change this to path. Okay, let's see what might be the problem. Okay, let's ignore all other things. Okay, this is not there in the SVG. Make sure we delete that. Okay, and then here the problem is we have to import path. So all of these are imported from, as you can see, SVG, Circle, React are imported from here. So we have to import path as well. Okay, now that we've only changed the capital letters, which is the elements themselves, and we have removed that, let's just save and see what we will see on the screen. As you can see, guys, we've got the SVG exactly as it is, as it's supposed to be. So what we are going to do now, we are going to remove this. Okay, we are going to remove this one, and let's only remain with this one. As you can see, guys, so we've got our SVG working on React Native. Okay, so let's go back. So what we want to do, we want to render this here instead. And when we are rendering it, okay, we want to manipulate the color, okay, meaning that the fill. Okay, so let's dive deep into this SVG. Let's look for fill. Okay, usually it's at the end somewhere here. So let's change this to, let's say, black. Okay, a noticeable color. As you can see, guys, there's a black part here. Okay, let's change another one to black just to give you an idea. As you can see, there's also another black part there. Okay, so meaning that the fill color of these, it's this one. Okay, so since we already have a component here, what we can do here, since we are using TypeScript, we can accept a color. Okay, let's say we have color here. Okay, where are we going to use these? We're only going to use these here. So is the sizing important? I think so. Okay, so let's just also supply the size. Maybe we might want to adjust them, okay, a little bit. Okay, and then let's type these color as string and the size as number. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then what else? Okay, we've got the width and the height. Okay, the width and the height, it's exactly the same. Let's just go check here. Are all our icons like that? Okay, the width and height is the same. Okay, the width and height is the same. So what we can do, we can have only one size here. Okay, it's going to be either it's going to be 20 or 21. And then now let's make some changes. Okay, so instead of putting this string literal here, we can use size. Okay, here, because now this is JavaScript. Okay, so we're going to use size here, and also on this 21 we are going to use size. Okay, let's check if this is working. Okay, so our tab, okay, this component, according to TypeScript, is going to complain. Where is it? Okay, here's it. It's telling us we need to assign the size. Let's assign a bigger size. Okay, let's say we are assigning it. Before it was 21. Now let's make it okay. What is this complaining? Also it's complaining for color. Okay, not a problem. Okay, we are not using color at the moment, but let me supply it. Okay, let it be empty. Okay, this is the one that we already used. Now let me make this 60 and let's see. As you can see, guys, now the icon is becoming bigger based on the size. And then in terms of color, let's make sure also we are using color. Okay, so where there is fill, we are going to put the color here. Okay, we're going to put the color here. Okay, in all of these we are going to put the color here. Okay, let's see, it's fill equal to, okay, fill equal to color. I can just copy this as it is. Okay, okay, now the color it's some empty string. Since the color is an empty string, it defaulted to black. Let's see if maybe we can put red here. As you can see, guys, the color is changing. We've got red there. Okay, so let me try to zoom in. Can I do that? Okay, let me just use my phone to check. Okay, no, everything is fine. Okay, the color, it's fine. It's exactly as we want it. Okay, so guys, now we need to find a way of making our lives easier, because now everything is in the same page, of which it's not supposed to be like that. Okay, so let's create a folder where we are going to have our what can I say, our icons. Okay, let's create a folder here. Okay, these are components. I think if we have a folder components here, we might put these inside. We only have screens, we don't have components. Okay, let's create a folder components. Folder components. Inside these, because these are components, we are going to have a folder which is let's call this tab icons. Okay, that's the folder, tab icons. Okay, and then inside tab icons we are going to have a file which is also going to be tab icons. Okay, it's going to be a TS, not TSX. Okay, TS or TSX, let's make it TSX because we've got some JSX elements there. Tab icons, I'm happy with that. And then what we're going to do, we are going to move all these icons that we are going to create to generate in one file. Okay, let's do that. So our tab navigator, what we want first, we want to remove this function. Okay, this function doesn't belong here. Okay, it was here for testing. Obviously there will be some errors, guys, don't mind about that. Tab icons, going to paste this function here. I'm going to import all the needed element. Okay, as you can see, everything is working fine. So let's just give this a name and say home. Okay, this is home. Let's go back to the UI and let's discuss some things. Okay, based on my initial planning, I wanted to name these icons. Okay, this one I gave a name of this page is going to be a shopping cart. Here it's going to be favorites, and here it's going to be your orders. When you've ordered something, all your orders will be there, some sort of a history of your orders. And here, since This means that we are here. This active red thing, it means we are here. This is supposed to be home or welcome screen or something like that, but I'm not sure if this bell icon represents that. Okay, maybe it might happen that this is not a bell icon, this is an icon that represents home. Maybe it's a modern icon for that. But please guys, understand that I only got this design, so the designer is not within reach for me to ask what's going on here so that I can talk to them. But in real life, you are going to talk to the designer as to what's going on here. Okay, the designer will let you know what's going on. So for us at the moment, some other naming or some other names might not relate or correspond to the icon. This is going to be home or welcome, even though it has got a bell. Okay, because that's my logic as a developer. It's home, da 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 da. So that's why we have home here as an icon. Okay, that means we are done with this icon. So we've got a job to do this for all these icons. Okay, first thing that we need to do, let's have a function, which is another function. Okay, so whenever we are done with an icon, let's quickly export it. Okay, so that we know we are done exporting it. Let's export it. Okay, export it as, if this is just home, this is not a good name, so home icon is better. I apologize about that. So we are exporting it so that it can be available. Let's quickly test if it's available. Let's copy this element, and then instead of rendering components with red, let's just change this to home icon, and then let's import it. As you can see, because we've exported it, we can import it here. Now we don't have errors. Let's see. Okay, what else? Let me save tab icons. Okay, so that means I have saved everything, and then let's try to click next, next, and next. Okay, as you can see guys, still we have the same icon. Then let's put it where it belongs. Okay, if we have the same icon, that means we can move it here from home. We don't need it here. Actually, we wanted to render it here. Where is it? Yeah, here. Okay, as you can see guys, we are winning. And then let's change the size to 21. Okay, as you can see guys, we've got that. I'm happy with this. Now it means that we have to create what can I say, we have to do this for all these icon, which is not much of a problem. Let's quickly do that. So we are going to click this and duplicate it. We know now this is a group of elements. We are going to flatten it, Control E. That means now it's only one element, and then we need to export it, okay, as an SVG. Export it as an SVG, and then we need to drop it on Visual Studio Code. We don't even need to save it. Okay, we don't even have to save it. We're just going to drop it here so that we can get only this. Okay, now guys, let's try to be clever. As you can see, there will be a lot of editing here. Okay, let's remove this because we know we are going to remove it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to be clever. Let's see. I'm going to use find and replace. I'm going to replace a small letter SVG. Maybe I can be smart as well to take this further. Can't I put all my icons here and then replace all of them? Let's see guys. Okay, I'm trying to save time. Okay, let me put this here for now. Okay, somewhere here. So let's go back to the design. Okay, go back to the design. Let's take this one. favorites. Okay, to flatten it, let's press Ctrl E. Okay, see, is it flattened? Okay, here is it. Ctrl E. See. Okay, it doesn't look like to me. Let's flatten it. Where is flatten? Okay, let's see. I don't have an option for flatten. Okay, let's just zoom in. Do we have ungroup here? Oh, here is flatten, Control E. Okay, that means this is one file. Let's export it as a SVG. Okay, once we are done with that, copy this file. Okay, copy it from here. On save, paste it here. You know what we need to do, we just have to remove this. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, and then let's go to, I would like to believe this is the last one. Okay, Control CV, take this one out. Okay, I'll click on it, right click, flatten, and then let's export it as SVG. Okay, done. Then let's paste it here, copy it, paste it here. Okay, then we can delete it here. Okay, as you can see, guys, let's just remove what we know we are not going to use. Okay, I think this is much better because we are going to copy and replace once. Okay, so let's say replace. Apologies about that. So we want a small one and replace it with a bigger one. Okay, for all of these. Okay, then we want a small path, replace with a capital letter one for all of these. Okay, and then let's copy this. Okay, let's just copy everything. Let's go to our functions. Okay, okay, let's just quickly do this. Let me just copy this function. Okay, this icon is going to be orders. Okay, we are going to give this a name of orders icon. Orders icon. Okay, let's copy and paste the icon for orders. We might as well cut it. Okay, put this SVG here. Happy with that. And then we've got two more. So what we can do, we can paste this and we can delete this, and then we can copy this, and then we've got favorites icon, and we've got cut icon. Okay, then this is favorite icon, and this is cut icon. Okay, let me, what can I close? This is what I have to close. Okay, now I want to close this. I'm gonna save this one, and then I can save this one. So as you can see, guys, this is where we are now. We've got all our icons by name. So what we want to do, we've got home icon. Let's export orders. Okay, let's export cut icon. And let's export favorites icon. Okay. Okay. Let's see how things look like for now. We only have this one. Okay. So now let's put all of them there, here. Okay. So what we want, let's go to our tab navigation. And then what we want to do on our tab navigation, we are going to let's format this code so that it can be clean. Format selection. Okay. So that it can be easier to read. We've got this first screen and we've got the second one. Okay. The second one, it's orders. So here in orders, let me copy this option. Okay. Then right after this one, space the option. Instead of for home, I'm going to say orders icon. Suppose we have it here. Okay, let's see. As you can see, guys, here is the orders icon. But it looks like the color we didn't change. Okay, that's not much of a problem. The fill color, let's go back there to all our tab icons. So we've got fields which have got some different colors. Okay, so I would like to assume all these fields for these components, they've got the same color, so we can replace this string with whatever that we want. Okay, let's try to be smart again. Find. Okay, let's say replace. This is what we want to find. We've got two of them. Okay, we've got two of them. I thought these colors, they are the same everywhere, but that's not much of a problem. At least it's something. So we are going to replace these with this fill. Okay, with this code. Okay, let's replace all. That is done. Okay, what else do we want to? Looks like on other images. Okay, on other images we've got strokes and a lot of things. Let's see, do we have colors for stroke? As you can see, guys, we also got stroke. Okay, so let's do that. Let's change okay, being too clever here might become a problem. So here on stroke, let's change this to color. Okay, stroke width, I don't mind. Stroke color, I don't mind. I want this. Okay, something to do with the color here, I must always change it. Okay, something with the color, I must always change it. So let me look for this color again. Do we have here in the code? Do we have it? You can see. Let's change it with this. Do we have it again? Still we have it. Okay, where is it again? Stroke, we have this color. Okay, now it looks like we don't have that color. Let's save. Let's see what are the changes so far in this icon. As you can see, guys, now the icon has changed. Cool beans. Okay, so let's do that for all other icons. Let's check. This was order. What about favorites? Favorites, do you have a fill color here that I can change? Stroke color, I have changed it. Okay, looks like we are good to go with the favorites. And let's check orders icon. I'm done. Home icon, I was done already. Favorites, I'm done. The cut icon, let's see, do you have any feel? Okay, looks like I have changed it already. Even the stroke color. Okay, looks like we are good to go, guys. Let's go back to the tab navigator, and then what we want to do, we want to add another tab icon. Okay, so others, they've got the screens. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to duplicate this tab. Okay, the tab icon for orders. Okay, I'm going to duplicate it twice. Obviously this is a problem because we are pointing to the same screen. Okay, as you can see, we are tapping to the same screen, of which that's not what we want. So let's just go chronologically. We've got the first one, which is this one. The second one is orders. The third one is favorite. So after orders, let's have favorites. Okay, after favorites, we have what? We have cut. Okay, so as you can see, guys, my apologies about that. As you can see, guys, we've just changed these names. Let's see if we're going to encounter any problem. As you can see, guys, no problem. This works as intended. These ones will show the same screen. As you can see, all of these are showing orders. We just need to change from this is orders. Here we need to change to favorite icon, and then here we need to change to cut icon. Save, guys. Okay, as you can see, guys, now this, in terms of the icon, it's exactly like this, and I'm hoping the designer will love us for this. Okay, yeah, he will appreciate, okay, that we have tried to do exactly what he was thinking. Okay, so let's change the colors now. What color is this? Copy the color as it is. Please note that on Figma it doesn't have that hash symbol. Let's go to colors. Let's change this and put the hash symbol. Hash. Okay, hash. Okay, for now let me just change all of them since I already done so. Now this is that color exactly. It will pop when it's in a dark background. Okay, so not all of these have the same color. Okay, and remember, guys, this color is going to be dynamic. Okay, so let me not try to change these colors for now. Okay, this color is going to be dynamic. When it's active, it's going to be like this, but when it's not active, it's going to change. So let's see what we can do from there. Okay, I think the first thing that we can do, let's try to change this background and make it black so that this can be visible. Okay, here in front of me in my cell phone, it's visible. I can see it clearly. Okay, but maybe here you might not see it. Okay, so let's continue, guys. What I want now, I'm in the tab navigator, I'm in the tab screen. So let's go to the tab navigator. Let's look for screen options. Okay, I don't like this. Okay, screen options, and then double curly braces. What I'm looking for, the tab item. Okay, the tab item. Okay, let's start with the tab item style. Then again, let me give you a tip. Okay, I am not sure, even me, I am not sure of these components and styles. Okay, I always start from a sample of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a taper, I'm looking for a style, or I'm looking for the taper component. So what you can do, guys, you don't have to master these things, okay? You just have to work with them and do trial and error up until you understand all of them. So what I'm looking for now, I'm looking for taper style. So what I want from this style, I want to style the background color. What if maybe the background color is not what I was looking for? I will change and look for something else. Okay, so you don't have to some sort of stress yourself much about it. This is how I've been doing it. Fortunately for me, it looks like it's styling what I want to style. Okay, cool beans. Let me also set padding vertical. Okay, I want padding vertical. Let's see if I add 10 here. Okay, not a problem. That means this is not the one that we want to change. Not a problem, guys. At least I'm happy with this. Let's just quickly check. Okay, as you can see, the color that we want, it's not this black. Okay, it's this one. Obviously there is some sort of transparency there. We will deal with that one later. Okay, for now we just want to make sure that these icons are working. My apologies about that. I didn't mean to. Let me press escape again. This looks like escape. Looks like it's not responding. Okay, let me try this. This is also not responding. Okay, that will mean I have to close it. Okay, oh, exit. Okay, my apologies about that, guys. Okay, so I need to sample this color. Let me sample this color. In fact, I can just double click here. And which color is that? I think it's this one. Okay, let's see if I'm changing here. Does the color change? No, it doesn't change. Okay, this is the color that I'm looking for. Go back here and go back to the code. Now on the background, let it not be black, let it be this color. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is progress. Okay, this is progress. Our user interface is getting there. Okay, let me just take a water break. Okay, guys, I'm back. My apologies about that. Now what we want to do, we want these to change colors. As you can see now, the labels, they are changing colors. We are going to remove the labels. They are changing colors, but our icons, they don't change the color. So what we want to do, we want to go to this icon. Okay, this icon receives I always forget these props. Let me try to think hard. Okay, this icon receives an indicator through the props. I think it has got something to do with active or something. What is it? I always forget it, but if I forgot it, it doesn't mean that is not what I want. It doesn't mean it's the end of the road. It's such that I was lazy to go to the documentation, which is React navigation. It's just a simple word, guys. It's not a complicated thing. Okay, whenever I remind of myself, I always what can I say, pat my head and be like, it's very simple, guys, and I always forget it. Okay, so let's go here to the documentation. Let's go to the tab navigator, right? Yes, under navigators, let's go to the bottom tabs. This is what we want. Let's look for the props. Okay, let's look for the props. This is the tab bar. That's not what I'm looking for. Options, tab icon. Okay, I'm looking for the props. Okay, of a method. Okay, tab bar background. Not really. Okay, tab press. Okay, maybe we are very close. Even if I can see it in this code, I will just Yeah, here is it, tab icon. It has got the color and the size, but not only this, there's a boolean that I'm looking for. I think it's is active. Okay, am I going to use the color and the size? I think I've already have my own colors and sizes. Okay, so it means that I have to look for the boolean value that I always forget. Okay, it's active or my apologies about this. It looks like it's not here. Not a problem. Let me come here. Okay, let me remove this. My apologies about that. Tab icon. Let me type it from scratch. Tab icon. Okay, forecast. Okay, here is it, forecast. Okay, it's forecast. I'm looking for forecast. Okay, now let's undo. Let's see if it's there. Focus. Yeah, it's not active, it's forecast. It's a boolean. Okay, here is it, guys. Okay, and then I need to change color based on if this is focus or not focus. So instead of assigning this color by default, let's just put a React block here, a JavaScript block of code. We need to use this boolean. Okay, this is a ternary. Okay, some sort of a ternary operator. It's a short form of if else. We are asking with this question, is this true? Is it focused? If it's focused, we want this color. That means use this color here, assign this to the color, and then we're going to use dot dot. If not, what are you going to use? For now, let's just say black so that we can see as it changes. This is the okay, let me just click first and see and test. Okay, as you can see, it's black when it's not focused. It's only red when it's focused, which is, I like this. Then now let's look for the actual color that we are going to use from the code, which is this color. Okay, which is, we want this color. This is the color that we want. And then let's say when you are not focused, don't use black, use this color. Okay, let's move away. As you can see, guys. Okay, now we need to do this for all of these, meaning that we can do what? We can copy this color. Okay, we can copy this color for this and copy this color for this. Paste it here and always add focused here. Focused. Okay, go back here, change the color, and then receive focused. Change the color, and receive focused. Okay, now as you can see, guys, everything is working well. Okay, as you can see, guys, everything is working well. We are getting there, guys. Remember, I promised you that this is the one and only, and the only video that you will watch and be confident about your React Native skill, such that you will brush up your CV, remove the dust, and get employment. Okay, because I'm going to teach you everything. You are supposed to be confident that you can get into the work environment. Okay, so let's continue, guys. We don't need these labels because we don't have them in the code, right? Okay, now let's go back. There are two ways to style things here with React navigation. If you want to style things permanently, you style them on the navigator itself or the screens. Since this is a screens property, they are the ones that we've got the labels. Let's go to the screens. Okay, this is navigator, this is the screens. Where is the options? This is the options. So the options ends here. We want another option. Let's just type label and see what we're going to get. Tab label. Okay, let's see how can we know beforehand what properties to pass here. Tab bar label property string. Okay, so we must always look here so that we cannot assign things which are not supposed to be there. We're going to assign an empty string. As you can see, it's gone. Okay, the label is gone. Come here, also assign an empty string. Gone. Also here, assign an empty string. Gone. Also here, assign an empty string. Gone. Okay guys, as you can see, we are getting there. I would like to assume maybe there might also be a different way to go about it, because now we've assigned an empty string. We didn't remove the label. Okay, let's just quickly test if is there an option there to remove the label. Maybe type by label false. Okay, because as you can see, these elements didn't shift it down a little bit. Okay, it looks like the label container is still there, but it's some sort of, let's say it's transparent. Okay, which is the best way to go about it will be to, let's see what is there. See, tab bar show label. Let's try to use false. Okay, because that will be the best way to go about it. Okay, let's say it was there. Let's say it was Matthew. Okay, let me remove this tab bar show label. Let's see, as you can see, here is Matthew. Okay, what if I can set it to show it to false? Is this gonna move down a little bit, or it's going to be the same? Let's see. Okay, tab bar show label, whether the tab label should be visible. The default it's true. Okay, let me put this first. Done. Let me put this instruction first. Okay, I really don't understand what this does. Okay, it looks like it doesn't make a difference. Obviously guys, you can make your own test and see if do we have a boolean property there that we can set so that we can achieve the same thing. Okay, let's continue guys. I am happy with what we have so far. I'm happy with what we have so far. So let's just work on the shape. Okay, let's work on the shape, on this shape first, and then we will work on the transparency. Okay, because transparency will need some, what can I say, will need some element. Okay, it will need some images so that we can see if it's transparent. Okay, for now let's just work on the shape. Okay, then what I'm going to do in terms of the shape, this is some sort of a semicircle, or it's some sort of a circle, similar, because this design assumed that our device has got some rounded corners. Okay, in our case our device doesn't have rounded corners. Okay, and we still want this effect. Okay, we don't just want to only, what can I say, do a border radius on top, because this one, as you can see, okay, it's not our device, it's more like it's a corner here. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So what we are going to do, we need to improvise a little bit. Okay, we are going to make this as it is, but we are going to lift it up a little bit so that it can give some sort of a gap or a margin. Okay, a margin around it. You will see when we are done. Now guys, in terms of working with these containers, okay, there are multiple containers here. You might think that since we have styled the background, that's the only container here. Okay, there is another invisible container here. I think we must look for that one. Let's go to the navigator. Okay, the navigator, which is this one. We have worked on the tab style. Okay, let's look for something else around tab. Okay, it's tab bar. Okay, tab bar style. Tab bar button. No, not tab bar icon. Not really. Okay, tab bar label. What does it take? Does it take string? This one takes props. Tab bar label position. Tab bar show label. Tab bar style. Okay, tab bar style we already have. Okay, I think what I'm looking for, it has got something to do with item. Okay, if this is also this one has got item. Okay, let's say tab bar item. Okay, do we have something like that? Okay, we don't. Let's see. Let's just type tab only. Okay, tab bar background. Okay, tab bar background. Okay, let's go back. Tab bar bottom. Say tab bar icon style. Tab bar label. Okay, tab bar style. Okay, it looks like at the moment I can't locate what I want, but with time I will. Okay, with time I will. Okay, so for now let's continue and pretend this is the only container that is here, which is the tab bar item. Okay, this is the tab bar item style. Okay, let's continue. Let's pretend like that. Okay, so let's work on border radius. On border radius. Okay, let's make it 10 and see. Okay, now this is what I was telling you. Okay, at first this gave us an impression, or an impression that we are editing the outside container. Okay, that's what it gave us. We thought so. Okay, but these are different items. Okay, like what can I say, very close to each other, but they are not the background container. Okay, so what we are going to do, let's leave this border radius on like this, so that I can target. If you can look closely, there is a white color here. Between this and this, there is a white color. We want to target that white color. At least now this is not blocking that white color. So if we change that white color, we can see when we are winning. Okay, let's try again. Okay, because we can see that with this one we're not going to win. It's not what we are looking for. Okay, so let me work on tab background, the one that I already saw there. Okay, tab bar icon style, tab bar background. Okay, let's see what it takes. Okay, it takes a React element. Looks like we might win here. Let's see. Let's give it that element. Let's make it a view. Okay. We don't have views here. Why it's complaining? Oh, okay. Now we have a view. Let's like comma and save. As you can see, there is no difference because we need to style our view. Okay, let's style our view and give it some color and see. Okay, background color. Background color of red. Okay, obviously our view doesn't have a width and height. Let's make a width of 100% and a height of 100%. Let's see. As you can see, guys, now we have managed to get the actual background. Okay, the actual background. So it's a tab bar background. This doesn't mean it's a color, it means that it's an element. Okay, now I am happy with this. Okay, so we wanted to change the border radius. The border radius of this to this is 20. Okay, let's make it 15 and see. Border block color, this is not what I want. I want border radius. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is what we want. So let's take this. We can even copy this, okay, and put it here. So now the radius is going to be 20. I don't think I mind about that, but it looks like 20 is not enough, but that's not much of a problem. What we can do, let's set the, what's going on here? Let's set the, okay, let's set the height. Let's set the height not to 100%. Let's set it to a number. Let's say 40. Okay. Okay. Let's make it 90. I think it's a bit bigger. Okay. Now let's play around the top of this item. Okay, let's give it a top of 20 and see. It's going down. And as you can see, guys, not only that, somewhere behind there is a what can I say? There is a line here. There is an item with a border top. Okay, there is a line here. I'm not sure if you can notice that. Okay, there is also a line there. So let's first start by checking here. Border width. Okay, the border width of this, let's make it 0 and see if that line is going to disappear. Okay, it doesn't. That means let's go back to the bottom item style. I don't think so. I don't think so. So I still have a feeling that there is a container that wraps everything that we haven't some sort of tapped into yet. Okay, we are somewhere there, but not in that container. Okay, so what we did here, the container is still there. We only injected our own container, which is this one. Okay, we injected this one, but the container that we are looking for, the one that has got this border top, okay, we need that container. So this was a good attempt, this one. Okay, I am not going to delete it. Maybe we might need this. So this starts here. Okay, this is the style and this is the view. The view ends here. Okay, so what I can do, let me try to see if I can comment this, what will happen. Okay, as you can see, guys, okay, we've got a white background here, and at the same time we've got a top border. We want to go there. Okay, that's where I want to be. Okay, let's just check on tab active background color. Okay, if I think this has got something to do with container. It's not a tab, container. Yeah, something like, you see this header left container style, that's what I'm looking for, but for tab. Okay, let's see where I am. Okay. Okay, let's try for the last time, guys, on tab. If we don't get it, I will just have to check ChatGPT. No. Active tint, no. Tab bar background, no. Tab bar background, tab bar page style, no. Tab bar button. Okay. Right on keyboard. Tab bar icon, no. Tab bar icon style. Tab bar, okay. Tab bar label, no. Tab bar label position. Tab bar show label. Tab bar style. Tab bar. Okay, guys, let me try to. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video. I've got an application. Okay, I've got an application. This is this is the application. Okay. Okay, it's I've got a WhatsApp clone. Okay, WhatsApp UI clone. And in that UI clone, I did what I'm looking for. Okay. Okay, in that WhatsApp UI clone, this is part of that. And where is that one? Here is it. Okay, this WhatsApp UI clone, I did that. Also, this one is the same thing. So I'm just going to pause the video to save your time. I'm going to open that project and we are just going to copy and paste the code. All right, guys, I am back. Thank you so much for that. We were very, 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 very close. Okay. That's why I am saying to you, in most cases, when when I see these things after trying so hard, I was like, "Ish, my memory is poor." But it's the first attempt in learning. Okay, fail. Okay, so guys, let's just jump straight into it. As you can see, guys, the project I was talking about, it was not WhatsApp necessarily. It's TikTok. Okay, I did a TikTok clone. And I remember styling this part, and here is it, guys. It's tab bar style. Okay, so we've got a tab bar and a tab item. I think that's what has confused me. Okay, it's a tab bar, so I'm looking for tab bar. Okay, here is tab bar. So let's quickly make some changes, guys, and see if we are progressing. As you can see, guys, so when we are here, we can look for tab bar style. Okay, tab bar, not tab bar item. Okay, and then what we can do here, we can set the background. Okay, the background color to, let's just say green for now. Okay, what is missing? Okay, it's here, guys. It's here. Okay, as you can see, guys, tab is missing. Oh, sorry, as you can see that we have managed to style this. And then let's reference the user interface, the mockup. As you can see, guys, this is a little bit bigger. Okay, it's not as small as the ones that we have. Okay, so let's make the height of let's make height of 90 and see. Okay, I think this is better. Okay, I think this is better. Let's work on border radius. Okay, border radius. Border radius. What I usually do in border radius, I always divide my height into 2 to get a perfect circle or a perfect rounded border. So 90 divided by 2, it's 126. My apologies, or I'm joking, it's 45. Okay, let's see. As you can see, guys, now we are getting some sort of a perfect what can I say, perfect circle or something like that. Okay, it's more like a perfect semicircle, let's say. And then we are having some minor issues here because this is not in the center. Okay, the reason is there is a lot of components here that we don't see. Let me take a water break. There is a lot of components behind the scene that we don't see. So we just have to make those small steps until we get to where we want. In doing so, we will learn something. So I want to also change the width of this. The width of this must be, as you can see now, it's like in the edge and you cannot see it properly. So the first thing we need to try, if we work on the containers heading, there are some items that will want to pass through the screen like when we are scrolling, so maybe that might be a problem. So let's work on the width of this. Okay, let's import a method or something called dimensions on React Native. Okay, let's import dimensions here. I don't know why these things are doing this. Okay, let's import dimensions. Okay, we want dimension, we want the width of dimension. Why dimension is not here? If it's not here, I don't mind, I can use it this way. Okay, let's see where we are. We are here. I can say here const, let's try this, const width is equal to dimensions or dimensions. Okay, let's say dimensions. Okay, this one, dimensions dot get screen or window, or whichever, screen dot width. Okay, this is the width of the screen. Okay, so let's set the okay, let's set the width of this to dimensions. Okay, to the width from the dimension exactly. Let me just put, apologies about that, let me close this. Okay, how do I exit? Apologies about that. Now I'm in the right place. Okay, close here. As you can see, guys, now this width is exactly okay. Things are misbehaving. Maybe I'm starting to feel sleepy. My apologies about that. Let's see. Okay, now I have just closed everything. Please, guys, be patient with me. I don't know why things are getting out of hand. Okay, I think it's Kobe Bryant who said, what can I say? Take a break when you are done, not when you feel tired. I think, okay, something like that. Take a break or quit when you are done. So let's apply that mentality, the Mamba mentality. Okay, as much as maybe I might be tired, okay, might lose track, but we are not done, guys. Okay, I want to teach you mobile app development so that you can become a pro. So let's continue. As you can see, I've got the width, okay, to the exact same width. As you can see, guys, we don't have any difference. So let's say -10 and see what will be the difference. As you can see now, it's starting to move away from the actual screen. So what we are going to do, we are going to make it -20. Okay, as you can see, so that it can give 10 gap here and 10 gap here. Okay, for now, let's start with that. And then the other thing that I want, the height is 90. I don't mind about that. Or maybe we can make it 85. I think it's too big, because also we must look at the width of this. My apologies about that. The width of this relative to the entire screen. Okay, so the screens might not be the same and the height of the device might not be the same. Okay, so as much as we want this to be like to take the same proportion, but we must look at our current device. Okay, so let me try 80 here. Okay, let me try 60. Okay, 60, it's a bit smaller. At least 65 will do. Okay, knowing very well that we need to fix this, it needs to be in the center. Okay, let's just make it 70. Okay, I'm 100% happy with 70. So what we want to do now, this is not supposed to be 45, as long as it's more than the half of this. If this is 70, that means this is supposed to be 35. As long as it's half of this, it will give you a semicircle. But if it can be 20, it's not going to work, as you can see, guys. Okay, so 35 and above will work. Okay, now when we are decreasing the size of this, as you can see, it's always aligned to the left, which is a bit of a problem. So let's set the margin left. Let's try with margin horizontal first to auto. Okay, when I'm saying horizontal, I'm targeting left and right. Okay, it looks like nothing is happening, not a problem. Let me try margin left. Okay, margin left, I cannot see it. Okay, margin left, let's try this first and say 20. Okay, as you can see, it's moving. Okay, so I want this to be auto, meaning that it must be pushed, as you can see. Okay, let me delete it so that you can see the effect. Okay, margin left will push it to the right, utilizing every space that it had until it reaches whatever. Okay, so we are doing that here. Now we want to do the same thing with margin right. Okay, with margin where is margin right? With margin right, we want it to be auto so that it can push itself to whatever available space, so that it can land on no man's land or in limbo. Okay, where there's nowhere to go. Okay, so we are trying that so that it can be centered, guys. We are trying to center it. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. Boom, we have won, guys. Now it is centered perfectly. Okay, so now let's work on the margin bottom. The margin bottom, let's make it 20 and see. Okay, I'm happy with this. Remember when I said also the other thing, let's make use of mathematics here. If we've got this width minus 20, that means there is 10 here, there is 10 here. Can't we follow that mathematics so that this feels like a proper padding? Okay, even though it's a proper mathematics, but it's 2 down. Even on the cell phone I can see it's almost like touching the edge. It's fine when it's like this. Okay, let's continue, guys. Okay, so I'm happy with this. The other thing that we need to deal with, can't this container center all of its children, like something like this? Justify content center, align item center, something like this. Let's see what will happen. Okay, it looks like there is another container here. Okay, that's not much of a problem. Let's use other methods to bypass this. Let's use padding top. Okay, let's use padding top, and then let's put padding top of 10. That means it must push its own items a little bit down. This feels like centered to me. I'm not sure about you. Okay, this feels centered. And then what we can do now, instead of must we change the background, or let me think. Okay, let me think what we can do. Let's change the background for now. Let's change the background to the color that we had before. Okay, which is this color. Okay, which is this color. Copy. Okay, just remove this black line here. 100%. I'm happy with this. And then let's go back here, guys, and change the color to this one. Okay, as you can see, guys, I'm happy with this. Let's check if our active icons are working. Nice, as you can see, guys. Okay, professional, neat and clean. Okay, it's looking exactly like the original design. I'm happy with this. If you have made it this far, congratulations. Okay, we're getting there. Let me just take a water break. Okay, this is awesome work, guys. Let's continue. So what I want to do now, this is not necessary. Okay, let me just show you something. If we might think we are clever, okay, if we might think we are clever, let's see. Okay, let's say we want to play around with opacity, since we want this to be transparent. Okay, one might feel like opacity can do that. Let's see the disadvantage of opacity. Okay, let's say 0.5. Okay, let me put comma here. Okay, the problem with opacity, everything becomes transparent, including the icon, as you can see, guys. Okay, so if you are thinking of opacity, opacity is not the right option. Something is popping up on my mind. Okay, in RGB, okay, in RGB, let's just go here and say RGB A. What can is it? Is it generator? Okay, let's say RGBA color picker. Let's try this. So with RGB, we've got all the colors: red, green, and blue. Okay, but if we've got RGBA, okay, this value stands for alpha. It means the transparency. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, before I use another option, okay, I want to try this. I want this color to be RGBA. Okay, so this means we have to go here, okay, and then we want to take this color as it is. Let's change this to RGB and see. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is RGBA. Okay, this is 0.8. Okay, so this is 37, 40, and 48. First, let's try the RGB. Okay, 37, 40, and 48. Let's see if the RGB will work here. 37, 40, and 48. Okay, let's try that. RGB 37, 40, 48. Okay, let's close this. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't complain. It looks like to me it accepts RGB. Let's say 70 here and see. As you can see, guys, the color changes. Okay, now let's use RGBA alpha, and here we are going to put 0.8. Okay, now this tells us that this color, it's not a, what can I say, it's not a solid color. It has got a bit of transparency. Okay, in case as we continue we might not like this. Okay, let's say we might feel like it's not, it doesn't look like this one. Okay, let me just show you this. Let's say I want to move this. Let's say, just look as it moves on the background, you see. And also here, this feels like there is a sort of blurriness there. Okay, in case we might want to get there exactly, we will change to a different option. For now, I'm just like showing you different ways to go about the same thing. So in case we might feel like, no, we want that blurriness also, then we can change to that later. So now let's continue, guys. I'm happy with what we have here. In terms of this icon, okay, that means when you click this. Okay, when you click this, it shows that. Okay, it shows that. Now we need to make use of the icon. Okay, let's add the small icon there. My apologies about that. We said we're going to use a code to add that icon there. Not a problem. Let's go to each of these. Okay, we've got this element here. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's wrap this element. Okay, let's do this first so that this code could be like this. Let's wrap this element in a view. Okay, we're taking the home element and wrapping it in a view. Okay, what have I done? Okay, I only need that comma there. Okay, and remove the comma here. We have just wrapped let me make sure this is the active one. We have just wrapped this with a view. Okay, this is the view. And then what I want to do, I want to add another item. Okay, even if it's a self-closing tag, I will be happy with that. Okay, something like this. And the item, I want to style it. Okay, style is equal to, okay, why this self-closing tag? Okay, let's see. I want to style this background color. Let's make it red. Background color of red. The width, let's make it 5, and the height of 5. Okay, now that we have this, my apologies, I just have to charge my headset. Okay, thank you so much for that. Then let's continue. As you can see, guys, here is it. Okay, then let's make this 10 and make this 10. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then what we want to do, the border radius, border radius of 5. Make it a perfect circle. Okay, I'm happy with this. I hope you see where this is going. Now what we want to do, it is part of the flow. Okay, there is this parent, there is this icon. So the icon and the circle, the red circle, they are in the children of the same parent, so meaning that they compete with space. That's why you see this icon being moved up a bit. Okay, they are sharing the space. If we can position the red circle absolute, okay, absolute, this means that it will feel like it's not inside the container, it's like floating on top. Okay, and that positioning absolute come with an advantage of moving it wherever we want to move it. Let's set the bottom to 0. Okay, bottom to 0. Let's see where is it going to go. So what it does, this view wraps everything. It's more like a rubber band, tight, like tightening the children inside it. So if this is the bottom 0, it's the bottom 0 of that rubber band. Okay, meaning that it will go as far as, or so that it can reach the bottom of that div. So the size of that div, the size of that view, because div it's working on the web, the size of this view, it's more like exactly the same as the size of the icon. That's why this is here. What we want to do, we want to push it further. Let's say 6 and see where is it going. Okay, it's going up. Let's change the direction. It must be -20. Let's see. As you can see, guys, now when it's -20, it's like going down. Okay, so let's say minus 15. Okay, still is too close. Minus 17. Okay, I'm happy with this. And then let the parent, okay, this parent as a container, let's style it. Okay, I want this parent to govern how the children are being laid out. So let's say it reinforces that the children must always be in the center. Okay, obviously not this way. Let's try align items. Okay, align items center. Okay, as you can see now, all the icons are aligned center. Okay, the items. So this red, it's too big. Looking at this proportion, okay, also the distance. Okay, let's try to make it exactly as it is. So the distance was where is the distance? Border radius, this is red. Bottom, let's make it 20, even though it looked like it was too much. Okay, let's do the tree. Okay, this is better. And then let's go to, this is 10, let's make it 8. Okay, let's make it 8. This is not 18, let's make it 8. Okay, I'm happy with this. Okay, now let's go back to the margin top that we have, the padding top that we set here. Let's put it back to 0. Put it back to 0. I didn't put it back to 0. Okay, as you can see now that it's back to 0, it looks like everything works well. Okay, this space is reserved for this dot. Okay, let me just go back here. Okay, the bottom of this is minus 23. Let's try minus 18. Okay, I think this is better for me. I'm happy with this. Okay, so now let's check the color. According to the design, I think the color is the same, but what we are going to do, guys, let's try to make some small changes. Okay, this one hurt. This color and this color is the same. Okay, so to me there is no emphasis on this is hid, this is active. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to take the same color, but we are going to some sort of increase it a little bit. Okay, you will see what I'm trying to do now. The same color, but we are going to make it more reddish. Okay, more strong and bright red in a way, something like this. Okay, I'm happy with this. The reason why we are going to do that, I want this to have a role. Okay, to have a role, because if it's like the same color, it doesn't catch your eye and it doesn't serve its purpose. Okay, so instead of red, we're going to use that color. Okay, let's save. As you can see, guys, okay, at least this color and this color, they are not like exactly the same. So when I'm looking on mobile, this is much better. Okay, because if it's the same, this might feel like it's part of the icon, as I did a mistake before of thinking that was the case, of which that was not the case. So at least this color is playing a role. So now when we click here, as you can see, this doesn't change with these. Okay, so the work that we have to do now, we need to wrap every icon with this, and at the same time we need to render this dot conditionally. Okay, it must not be always there. Where is that dot? Here is the dot. Is it a self-closing tag? No, we can make it a self-closing tag. Okay, yes, it's a self-closing tag. Here is it. Okay, if I want to remove it, I can remove it like this. Okay, so we want to open a block of JavaScript code, and then let's use the ternary. We are going to ask, is this focused? Okay, is focused true? Okay, we're asking if focus is true, we want to render this. Okay, then let's go back here and type those dots. If not, we want to render null. Okay, that means nothing will be rendered. Save. As you can see, guys, now it's not focused, but when we click here, now it's focused. It's there, not focused. Okay, I hope you see this. Okay, focus. Okay, I'm happy with this. Now what we need to do, we need to take the same logic, okay, and apply it for all the icons. Okay, we can do copy and paste if we want. Okay, let's quickly do that for the sake of this tutorial so that it cannot be too long. Okay, so what we are going to do, let's see. First of all, let me highlight my code and let me format it, okay, so that it can be presentable. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I am going to take this icon, the one that has got where is it? I think it's home. Yes, this one. Okay, this is the one that I'm looking for. Where it ends here. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to take this code and paste it here. I'm going to use it as a template. Okay, what I want to do, I want to change the icon to be this one, the orders icon. So let me just go to orders, and I want to change only the icon inside here to be orders. Okay, where is that icon? Here is it. And then now the icon is orders. What else? I don't think there is something else. That means I can copy this. Okay, let me copy everything. My apologies about that. I only want to copy this. Copy, and let me comment it. Let's go to orders and replace the tab icon for orders. Okay, let's save and see. As you can see, everything is still the same, but when we click on orders now, orders can be active. Okay, as you can see, guys. Okay, so I'm happy with this. That means our template is working. Now let's go to, this was orders. Okay, now let's go to favorite. I only change this. Okay, uncomment this. Okay, and then I'm going to change only this, and then comment it, then go to favorites and remove this and replace it with this. Everything looks the same, but when you click now, as you can see, it's active. Okay, 100% nice. So what we want to do now, we want to do the same thing for this. Okay, let's go back to the cut, for the cut where I am. My apologies about that. I want to go down and I want to take this cut and comment this, and then what I want to do, I want to replace this. And then let me cut everything because I don't think I will use that. Here is the cut. Let's see the shopping cart. Boom, and let's test, guys. Nice, everything is working well. I'm happy with this. Okay, now let's continue, guys. Let's keep it going and let's keep it flowing like water. Okay, let's see. I want to remove this. Okay, let's go back here. The first thing that we want to remove the top bar. Okay, we don't need the top bar. Yes, we don't. Let's remove it. So how are you going to remove the top bar? What are we going to do? Okay, let's do this. Let's go to the stack navigator. This is home, I think, in the stack navigator. Let's go to the stack navigator. This is onboarding and this is home screen. Here on home screen, we want to put some options. Okay, in this options for this home screen, we want to, okay, so on this options for this home screen, this is what we want to do. We want the headers shown to be false. Do we have something like that? Let me just type shown instead. Okay, headers shown, set it to false. Let's see. Nothing where we are. Okay, this is home screen and home screen has headers to false. Okay, this is onboarding screen. This is the initial route, and then we are here on. Okay, let me remove this here first and see. Okay, let's go back to tabs. Let's look for the tab icon for what? Let me click on home so that I can know that everything. Let's go to home and change orders and home. Okay, options here. These are the options. Let's add here. Let me type shown. Headers shown. Let me set it to false here. Let me set it to false here. Let's see. Okay, guys. Okay, my apologies. We can set it from here. As you can see, this home now is here. Okay, it's like what can I say? This home, it's here, right on the edge, of which that's not a problem. We need to always avoid text or elements that will be here. How do you do that? You use a safe area context. So let's go to this home screen. Okay, I think this home screen was rendered as a test here. I think now it's time to take it out of this. I think it was rendered as a test somewhere here, home test, as you can see. Okay, so now let's change it to be welcome. Okay, not home, because we've got other home screens here. Let's say this is a welcome screen. Okay, .tsx. Okay, and then rnfe. Okay, now I'm going to save this, and here, instead of rendering home test, I'm going to render welcome screen. Okay, suppose everything the same, besides now there is welcome here. So in this welcome screen, what I want to do, I want to tell it that it must always be wrapped by a safe area view, meaning that a safe area view will always make sure that this is rendered on a proper place. Let's type safe area. Oh, this is safe. One of the most important skill or thing that I recommend, okay, you must go to React navigation and learn how this navigation work, because expo router, it's based, or it has been built upon this navigation. So these are the sources of information we are going to use. Okay, we are going to use the expo documentation, we are going to use ChatGPT, we are going to use React navigation. I think that will be all. Okay, so let's check. Okay, it's still it's busy installing. Okay, it's still busy installing. In the meantime, let me just clean my tabs. I'm going to use this. I don't think I'm going to use my own. channel page coded design. I don't think so. Okay, this is coded design. In my previous video I did a YouTube clone. Okay, so let me just delete this one. And what else are we going to need? Okay, let's search for movie pictures, movie posters that we are going to use. Okay, for now as a sample. Okay, before we connect to the API, if we are going to have enough time. Movie posters. Okay, let me just take this one. Okay, so I think this is save as. Okay, this is JPG. Okay, let's say movie 1. Okay, then let's just save the other one for just in case. Movie 2. Okay, movie 2. Okay, I think that will be all. Okay, I think that will be fine. Okay, last one. And movie 3. I don't like the format. Okay, the format is not what we're looking for. Let's just use those two movie pictures. Okay, I think it's done. Okay, it's still installing. Okay guys, I'm just going to pause the video and come back when this is done, because I want to make the video as short as possible. I don't want to waste your time unnecessarily. Okay guys, I'm back. We have finished setting up the project. As you can see, we are in the parent folder. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I want to be in this folder exactly. Sorry, this one, the flip mix one. Okay, I want to be. What I usually do, I just open this in Explorer. This is the actual folder where we want to be, and I'll just open this folder using Visual Studio Code. Okay, and I will delete this one, because here in this one we are in this parent folder. As you can see here, I don't want that. Okay, I want us to be in this folder. Let's open the terminal. Okay, let's see. As you can see, the last folder here is flipmix. Okay, which is our own Netflix. Okay, I want to delete this. Let me just press, is it F what? Okay, let me just leave it for now. Okay, so what we are going to do, okay, it's gone. Okay guys, so what we are going to do now, let's run npx expo start. Okay, npx expo start, so that we can start the project. Okay, already I've got an emulator running, as you can see. Okay, so we will run our project on this emulator. Okay, let me put it right here. Can I make it smaller? It looks like it can be smaller. Okay, let's put it right here. Then let me minimize this. Okay, my apologies for that. Okay, let me just close this. Okay, make this a little bit bigger. Okay guys, so we are ready to go. Okay guys, we are ready to go. As you can see, this is made possible by Expo. So you can go to your Android phone and download Expo Go. You can set this QR code and your app will run on your mobile phone. So in our case, we want to run the Android. Okay, as you can see, if you type A here, it will run here on this Android. Let's do that. Okay, somebody is calling. Okay, somebody is calling. Let me not answer it for now. Okay, guys, as you can see, our app is running. Okay, our app is running. I'm going to try to be as fast as I can. Let's see where we are. Okay, 12 minutes. Okay, I'm going to try to be as fast as I can. So where is, okay, so as you can see here, we've got the tabs. What we need to do, we need to take this logo and those movie pictures to the assets folder. Let's quickly do that. Okay, yeah, our two movies, movie one and movie two, Netflix, and where is the other Netflix? Okay, because between these two images, the poster and the logo, I'm not sure which one is it. So I will copy everything for now, then I can delete it later. Okay, so this is our folder structure. Let's go to assets, go to images, and then let's just create a folder movie. And then let's paste it. Okay, let me reveal in Explorer. Then let me paste everything here on movie. Okay, happy with that. Okay, here are our images. Okay, let's see if the app is running. Okay, it's still loading. Let me double check if it's loading here. As you can see, there's nothing going on here. So I'm going to press A again. Android. Okay, as you can see, it's loading again. It's supposed to show some sort of a progress bar here. Okay, my apologies for that. Obviously, maybe my computer is slow. I'm just gonna pause the video so that I cannot take your time unnecessarily. I will come back when it is fully loaded. Okay, guys, I'm back. As you can see, we are done. Okay, this is the export template. These are the tab. This is tab 2. And this is tab 1. I think there's a modal here. When you click here, it takes you to a different page. Okay, now the first thing that we're going to talk about, let's talk about the file structure. Okay, with expo, it is using a file-based routing. So what does that mean? It means that if you create a file in a certain folder, that file will automatically be picked as some sort of a routing. Okay, meaning that it will pick up as a page that you can go to automatically without you doing anything. Let me demonstrate that. Let's go to tabs and let's just create a file here, met.jsx. Okay, I want you to take a note here in this tab. Okay, nothing there at the moment. Let's say RNFE. Okay, nothing happening. RNFE. I want this function. My apologies for that. I don't know why it's not happening. RNFE. Okay, this is what I wanted. Save. As you can see, we've got another tab, the third tab. So that's what I mean by file-based routing. Okay, this system or this way of routing, it's similar to Next.js way of doing things. Okay, so I'm not going to explain a lot about these files. I will talk about them as we continue. So this page was just for testing. We can delete it. Okay, guys, now we are continuing. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do, let's start with the tab navigation. Okay, we are going to create this tab and then with these icons. Okay, let's go to expo icons, then from there let's look for home. Okay, I think this is the right icon for home, and then from then let's go here. Okay, close this. Okay, as you can see here, we've got tab 1. So we're going to change tab 1 to home. How do you do that? Okay, so in this folder app, okay, so when expo is routing, it goes to the app. The first file that will look for, it will look for the layout. Okay, in the layout, and then the layout will push it to tabs, and then in the tabs it will look for layout again, and then it will then render this screen, okay, according to these tabs. So what we want to do now, we want to manipulate these icons. So what we can do, we can go to the layout. Inside the layout, we are looking for tabs. Okay, these are all the tabs inside this parent. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to look for index. As you can see, this is the file, okay, inside this tab, the tab screen. Okay, the name, it's for the actual file, the physical file. This title, it's for this one. Okay, sorry for that. This is inside the page. This title is for this. Okay, let's just quickly change it to C. As you can see, this has changed. Okay, so we want to change that first. Okay, change this to home. We might as well even change the file to home. Okay, so that things can be a little bit clear. Okay, home, and then change the index to home. Okay, as you can see, this is back to where it was. And then from then, we want to render the icon. As you can see, this is the tab icon. Okay, we want to render this icon. So we have to first import it. And then we have to paste it. So we are going to replace this icon, the font awesome one. Where is it ending? Not this one. Okay, not this one. This is not what I want. I want, my apologies for that. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Go back to home, tab.screen. This is what I want. Tab icon. This is the icon that I want to change. Okay, and paste a new one and then save. Okay, as you can see, now we've got home here. Okay, we are winning. And then what I want to do, okay, as you can see here, we have a color. Okay, as you can see here, we've got a color that we are receiving. This is the color. Okay, but here we are assigning the color to black. That means we are not grabbing the color from the entire system. Hence you see that this color and this one, they are not the same. So let's just, the color of the icon, let's take the color of the whole system, which is this one. As you can see, now this has changed. Okay. Yeah. So my apologies about that. I think I'm catching a flu. Okay. So we are done with the first icon. Okay. Now let's continue with the second icon. Let's go to our mockup. Okay, so it's search plus and the heart. Okay, let's go to okay, before we go there, let's duplicate this screen, this tab screen. Okay, before we duplicate this tab screen, this is how this whole thing goes. Okay, first you must have a file. Okay, first you must have a file under tabs, and then that file will be be linked to this tab. Let me show you how does that work. So now we want the search part under tab. Let's say search .jsx.tsx because we're using TypeScript. RNFE. This is made possible by an extension which is ES7. In case you are wondering, but I think you already know where is the extension. ES7. No, I think it's this one. This is the extension that enables me to create these shortcuts. Okay. So this is the search. So first you create a file. As you can see, the file-based routing, it's showing this icon here. So if you want to put a certain icon here, okay, and also to position this to here, we need to go to the layout and assign or link this file to the tab icon. Then if this is home, okay, this is tab 2. I don't want this tab 2. I want the tab screen home, this one. So right below it, let me put another one. Okay, obviously because there is some sort of same names here. Okay, we can change this to search and change the title to search. Okay, let's see what will happen now. Everything is working fine. This is another home. So now let's change the icon for that. Okay, let's change the icon. Let's copy this. Okay, and then we are going to copy this. Okay, we've already copied, we've already imported this pen typo, so we can just paste the icon. So on search, here is search, and then what we want to do, okay, what we want to do on the icon, okay, tap icon, we want to change this icon. Save. Let's preview. Save. Okay, let's preview. Did I change the icon, or maybe I've copied the old one? Yes, my apologies about that. Okay, I want search. Let's take this one. Okay, import. Save, and then let's copy this. Okay, go to search, tab icon. Let's replace this. Let's check what's going on there. Okay, as you can see, guys, now we have what can I say, the second tab. Okay, you first create a file, and then from then you copy this tab.screen, and then you rename, and then you assign an icon. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video and do all of that, because as you can see that there is nothing much going on except I'm repeating the same step. To avoid a long video unnecessarily, I'm just going to pause, put all those icons, and then I'm going to come back. I'm not going to do any styling, just besides when I'm coming back you are going to see more icons here, and that's it. And to add those icons, I'm just going to do the same routine. Okay guys, I'm back. As you can see, I did the same routine until I've managed to put all these icons. Okay, so let's go back to our mockup and see. Okay, now the the other thing that we're going to do, we're going to remove the labels and make this tab bar, the bottom tab bar, black, and also it must be rounded. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I think this one, it's a little bit simpler, because what we're going to do, instead of having this label, we're just going to have empty strings. So for that, let's just quickly check here. Okay, for instance, this is home. Let's expand this. My apologies. Okay, in terms of the what do I want, is it the title or the name? Okay, the name is the name of the file. The title, I think it's this title. So why am I lost? Let me just check search. Let's just change the title to nothing. Let's save. Okay, as you can see, okay, under search there is nothing there. Okay, let me click and see. And also sorry, as a label there is nothing. So this title, this one stands for this label, and this one. Okay, so if we want to change for all of them, we can just remove this. Okay, remove this, remove this, remove this. Okay, guys, please don't forget to subscribe. Okay, my channel is still small, I'm growing it. Also, one day I want to do YouTube full time. Okay, that's where I'm going. So please, guys, I need your support. Okay, now we don't have the labels, it's a progress, we're getting there. As you can see, when I was doing my copy and paste, I was in a hurry, okay, to quickly come back to you guys, but I forgot to color these icons accordingly. Okay, I hope you still remember how we have done it. Okay, I have named this hard favorites, since I just believe that when you click in this tab, you will get your favorite movies. Okay, maybe movies that you have put some heart on it. Okay, and then this is the user. Okay, so let's just quickly go down to those icons. Quickly go down to those icons. This is user, and then the icon for user doesn't use that color. Okay, if you forgot, I will remind you the color, we are receiving it from here. Remember, this is a function, guys. So this function receive this color, okay, as a parameter, and it uses that color. Save. As you can see now, this icon has changed. Let's go to favorite and also do the same thing. Okay, if you have any questions, shoot them in the comment below. I will be more than willing to assist. Let's continue. Okay, as you can see now, everything is working as usual. Okay, as you can see, our icons are blue. Okay, so for now, let's work on this bar. Okay, let me give you some sort of an easy way to understand what's going on here. Okay, in this file layout. Okay, my apologies about that. In that small break, I went out to buy a soft drink. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is what is going on, guys. Okay. We've got a tab, which is a container, this one. Okay. This tab has got properties. We can some sort of adjust it. Okay. Configure it accordingly. Inside this tab, it has got children, which are the tab screens. These tab screen has got properties. We can configure them. Okay. So the idea is there are some configuration that you do in the parent tab for all your tabs. Let's say we want to change the color for all the tabs to red, not one by one. Where are we going to configure? Are we going to go to the parent tab or to individual tabs? I think your answer is to the parent tab. So if you want to change, make a global change, a consistent one across all your items, you do it on the actual tab, the parent container. If you want to make some specific changes on these tabs, you go to each tab. So what do we want to do? We want to make the change in the background of everything here, the white one. So where do we go? We go to tabs. I hope you got that one. Now, inside this tab, where do you go? Always look for options. Okay, in the parent tab, it's going to be screen options, but in the children icons, which is the children, it's going to be option only. But just know that, look for option. So let's look for option here, and then once we get the option, we've got a lot of things that we can maneuver here to customize this. So Matthew, how do you know all these what can I say, the properties? And to be honest, I don't know all those properties. I'm exactly like you. What I do best is to fiddle. Okay, and it works. Let me show you. Okay, so what I will do, I will just go here and then I will type style. You see, this intelligence is giving me a list of possibilities. And then I would like to believe we are smart enough at coded design. We can look at these possibilities and try to some sort of and try to match the functionality or what it can do. For instance, we've got tab bar style and we want to change the tab bar. I would like to assume maybe this is an option for changing a tab bar style. What if, Matthew, that's not the case? That's not a problem. We will change. That's how we learn. Let's just click there. And then from then, let's just give it some style and say background color of red and test. Okay. Kumbaya. As you can see, we have won.
Let me remind you again. There's a parent tab and there are the individual tab screen. If you want to make a global change, you go to the parent tab. Where do you go to the parent tab? Inside the parent tab, you just look for options. Okay, here it's screen option, but as long as it's options, inside the option, you look for this comma. After this comma, you type something that is relevant to what you want. Okay, you look on the supplied option and choose that one and take it from there. Simple. Then, now that we know we are on the right place, let's change the height. Okay, let's change the height to 50. Okay, change the height to 50. Now impact 70. Okay, I'm happy with this. I am happy with this. And then what we are going to do, let's change the background to black. Fumbaya, as you can see, guys, we're getting there. But it looks like these icons, I'm not sure. I think these icons are black and they are not changing. That's a problem. Okay, what does that mean? It means that we didn't change these icons. Okay, let's go there. I think it's home and search. Let's go to search and see. Okay. Plus, as you can see on plus, we didn't change that color. Remember, we have to receive this color and use it here. Okay, boom, plus is there. And then what else? I think search also on top of this one. Let's look for search, as you can see, guys. Okay, change this to color. I'm happy with this. I'm not sure about you. I'm happy with this. This is progress. We are getting there. Okay, this is where we are. Okay, this is where we want to go, and this is where we are. Okay, I hope it looks similar. My fonts are a little bit smaller. I don't mind about that because if I can scan this using my own Android phone, maybe it might look different. Remember, this is a simulator, so it doesn't give like some sort of 100% reflection of what's going on. So I'm happy with this for now. Let's change the border to be rounded. Okay. Let's see, is this border on the edge, exactly on the edge, or there is a gap? I think it's exactly on the edge. Okay, let's make it rounded. Okay. My apologies about this. Okay, let's scroll up, guys. Let me just check the time. We're on 35 now, meaning that we are a bit behind, guys. Let's push. Okay, let's increase the pace. Okay, where we are, on top, on top, on top, on top, on tab. Then it's black. Let's say border radius. Border radius. The height is 70. The half of 70 is 35. Let's try half of 70 as 35. Okay, this is the trick that I do. Okay, as you can see, it's perfect. Okay, but this border radius, is it applied on the left and right? I am not sure about that. Let's change the width of this tab bar so that we can see if we are winning exactly. Let's change the width. Let's make it what? Let me make it 200. Okay. I wonder why I don't see this side. That's not a problem. Let's be clever. Let's apply margin. Okay. Let's say margin horizontal. Okay. Margin horizontal. Let's make it 5. Okay, margin horizontal, we are pushing this edge to inside a little bit so that we can see what's going on there. As you can see, there is a gap here, but here I don't see it. That's not a problem. Let me say margin left, and let me put a value of 10. As you can see, it's moving this side a little bit. Let's put a value of 20. It's coming. All right, value of 30. I don't know why it's so, I'm not sure. Let me put 70. Okay. Oh, my apologies, guys. This is not the screen of the. This is this screen. Okay. My apologies about that. My mistake. My mistake. Okay.
This is perfectly fine. My mistake, guys. Okay, I sincerely apologize for that. Okay, let's quickly check the mockup. Okay, I think there's a nice space around. Okay, let's change the height to 80. Okay, and then we need to change the margin, the padding of this. Okay, we need to change the padding of this so that these can be pushed down a little bit. Okay, so let's go to padding top. Padding top, let's say 5. As you can see, let's say 10. I'm happy with this. At least it's somewhere in the center. Okay, and then it looks like the bottom part, it's not what can I say, it's not rounded. Okay, it is rounded. Obviously, guys, this is not some sort of a real life reflection. Okay, I'm not sure if there are phones that have got round screens. Okay, I am not really sure about that, but the one that we have here, because we need to go according to this one, the one that we have here, as you can see, it's not rounded here, it's not like this. Okay, as you can see, it's like sharp corners. So what I can do, I can put a little bit of margin, okay, here, so that this tab can be in a center. Okay, let's do that. Or can I just make, no, let's put that one, let's see, yes, let's put some margin. Sorry, margin. Let's put margin. This is not margin. Okay, let's see. Margin. Okay, of 5. 100%. As you can see, now it's giving some space here and some space here. Let's give it a margin of 10 and see, just to test. Okay, I like this, but now it looks like this is not 100% like, what can I say? This is not 100% curve, okay? But that's not much of a problem. And then let's say margin bottom. Okay, let me make it 15. Guys, I'm happy about this. Given the type of phone that we have, I think I'm happy about this. Okay, everything is black here. Okay, everything is black. Okay, that's not much of a problem. Let's see what we can do. Okay, now the active icon, it's supposed to be red. Okay, let's work on that. In our case, it is blue. Okay, now what we're going to do, are we going to, where are we going to go? Remember, we said if we want to make global changes, okay, on the tab, we go to the parent container, which is the tab itself. Let's go to the parent container. Let's see what might be that color. Okay, as you can see here, we've got tab bar active tint color. Active, that means when it's active, and then tint color. Okay, let's see what we can do. What if we can change this color? Let's change this color to a solid color, which is red. As you can see, guys, boom. Okay, we are getting there, we are winning. Okay, as you can see, now it's red. Okay, I'm just trying to show you, this is not a rocket science. Okay, what I did, I went through a lot of React navigation code, and I've watched a lot of tutorials, and I managed to get the hang of it, and that's it. Okay, so let's make everything black. Okay, now what else are we dealing with here? As you can see, this is the page that we are loading, but there is a tab there. Let's check our user interface to see if we really need.